your understanding. There's no way I could do this. I know my flesh would do things that I would definitely not. I would regret. Later, the flesh would get weak, and if you didn't create all things, nothing would be happening the way it is. So I have to remember that and keep that, at the front of my forethought. I can't let that slip. So it's been a hard day already here dealing with this. All right, I'm a parent. My name is Tracy. I don't do capital letters. I fucking hate America. This country sucks, and I'm a veteran, and they fucked me over for standing up for my son. So if at any time you don't like what I say, you can get the fuck out of my room, or if you don't like it, you can tell me get the fuck out of my country. This country, I deserved it. Start me a GoFundMe. I'm so tired of, for the years, all these dumb fucking people telling, oh, if you don't like it, leave. Well, then fucking help me or shut the fuck up and get out of my stream. I'm done making changes. Fuck morning. Stop saying morning, Keith. God damn it, man. Stop saying morning. I know I still say it too. I say it to the dog, so it's hard. I remind myself. Don't mourn. What are you upset about? If you be upset, you should be upset that my son is possibly fucking dead. And nobody cares about Elijah Werner. No, it's okay. I still do it, Keith. I do. I tell the dogs, hey, morning. So, hey, Elijah, no, don't say that. Why are you mourning? You're not upset. It's just a word. So I know it's just a word. Just dialectus. Thanks for coming in. I'm really in a bad way this morning. I'm a parent, and my son could be dead or tied up at fucking Marshall's house. This guy, I figured out this is where it's at. There's something here. This prick better call me and leave me a message. It's a felony to take my passport. So I'm going to be going after Marshall. He lives in Wolf Creek, Oregon, and my daughter's car's there. And I think I figured out, because when I went and told this son of a bitch that I will eventually talk to Adriana, I think that's the motive for why her car is there. I think this motherfucker has something to do with it. And I'm tired because everything he's told me has been a fucking lie. So never done anything to this man, and he took my fucking dog from me for many months, and I asked my dog back. I even went to go get it, offered to get it, and he wouldn't even, he's a fucking prick. And I can't get over this now. I look at my dog, and I remember how fucking horrible shape he was when I picked him up. Nice to help come pick him up, but you fucked my dog up. He would have been in much better shape, not in his care. These pants was fine without, his mental ability, because this prick took my dog and wouldn't give it back. Fuck you, Marshall. I see you online, you motherfucker. You better send my goddamn passport. That's a felony, you motherfucker. And I've already told, and I know your phone's being pinged. You're already there's something with the feds. You're with the goddamn feds. So it sucks, because if this motherfucker is involved and he does something to my son, and why is my daughter's car at his house? Why would he tell me for fucking months he had nothing? My son wouldn't take his phone call, had nothing to do with it. And then my son buys a truck from him, has contact with him, buys a car, no contact with my daughter, who's supposedly, missing too, and no contact, and you bought her fucking car? Why would you buy her car? Why would she sell the fucking car to you? Why is my daughter's car at your house? So I need people to make a call today. We've got to get the fucking police over there and figure this out today. Fuck police. I hate police. I'll probably go over there and shoot my fucking son if he's there. That's the threat of the fucking arrest of my son right now. He has to look over his shoulder the whole time. And this fucking prick could have helped too. And he did that one time, but this fucking dude made this shit way worse. Way fucking worse. I got to bear a big story because you pick up my fucking son and you take my animal and you don't give me my dog back for months and months. And I'm telling you, this other dog has never, ever been away from the other dog. They've never been apart from each other. Fuck this motherfucker's got. Where's my daughter? Why is my daughter's fucking car at Marshall's house? I want the fucking feds over to Wolf Creek today. You can see the car from the road. You can see my daughter's car from the road. I figured it out. I can't figure out the timeline. I'm all morning sitting here thinking about, when did I tell Marshall if I'm going to see Adriana? I think that's about the time that fucking Elijah Posley went missing. This is their bullshit story. This motherfucker's a fed. He's in on this shit. He's a rat. So feds, you better send my fucking passport in the mail. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of being fucked with. I'm a U.S. veteran. I served this country. I want passage out of here. All you motherfuckers say, hey, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Well, start a GoFundMe. Start a GoFundMe. Put your fucking money where your mouth is. No, seriously, I don't need money. I need safe passage out of this country that's at war. We are at war. At war. In fucking America, and I got to sit around and act like we're not, and my son is supposedly on the run when we're at fucking war. Fuck this. I'm going to find my son. Fuck these stupid tyrants, fucking bullshit. 9 months after fucking swatting my house, they've done nothing. I don't recognize none of this bullshit. I have witnessed in court fucking Vandenberg saying, I'm going to continue to violate your Sixth Amendment right to fair trial, speedy trial, and your right, Miranda rights, to adequate counsel. That's what he said. I can FOIA request it. So I don't recognize none of it. And you fucking pigs come fuck with me. I'm not going to be nice this time. I will protect myself 100%. I will fucking shoot you this time if I'm on my property. You come here without warrant. You already kidnapped my fucking daughter. Go find her then. Go do your fucking job and you won't have no fucking problems with me. Go find my son, you fucking assholes. You got a warrant. Go do your goddamn job. You're supposed to be public servants. I say this to these fucking pigs every time I see them. That's what I said to Josh Bezel, a fucking absolute tyrant who lives in this town, stalked and bragged that they're going to come out here and get me out of this house with a gun. This is the fucking prick that I ripped his ass in public too. Tactfully. You know, people that are witness have certain demeanor have to keep, so I don't get it. Disorderly conduct or resisting arrest. You look the other way, that's resisting fucking arrest. So yeah, these motherfuckers are pigs, tyrants, and anybody who supports them is a bootlicker, and I rebuke you. Father sent Shiloh to the law was perverted, and he sent him to get that straight, and if you ain't trying to straighten the law with your fucking mouth, a little cursing is not the end of the world. You're not Christ-like. You don't know Jesus. You don't know the one who died on a tree, not on a cross, and he didn't carry a cross. So fuck your Jesus on a cross. Yep, fuck your transgender, stupid faggot, fucking, yeah, whatever, 3 genders. Fag is or homosexual or bisexual. These are slang, right? And then transgender. That's all this God that they worship, Jesus Christ. So I can say this, and is this why I'm getting, probably has a lot to do with it too. If you tell the truth, that's Jesus Christ born in the middle of the winter. I'm a shepherd, right? I lead this flock, and that's what he sent me here to do. I'm his dog. He told me that. Trey dog. I don't go by Tracy. You dumb fuck, don't call me that. It's not who I am. I'm not a corporation either. I'm always operating in a private capacity. This is not a constitutional republic. I am trying to return to a constitutional republic. Fuck America, the corporation. It's not a constitutional republic. It is not. So fuck you. There's still the Constitution here, but it's not a constitutional republic. So I found a constitutional republic, and that's where I'd like to exit without having to shoot anybody, because I never did. Right? Nope. Bam! Fucking cops, 2 pigs dead. Bam! John Mogul dead. In this whole case right here, I already could have 3 dead men, and I wouldn't even have been scarred. My eye, my face, stroke, all this stuff I've suffered, my animals, never would have happened if I would have been not, well, I could still, I'm meek, not weak. I'm a pacifist. I could have killed 3 men and would have been 100% constitutionally and under this New Testament. As a pastor, you have the right to protect yourself. Father is not going to send Shiloh and do this meek testament and let you just get fucking raped or your shit fucking walked on. That's no, you have the right to be secure in your houses, papers, persons, and effects. So in my 4th Amendment right, under Title 18, original statutes, I have the right under self-defense, under criminal prosecution, under the 6th Amendment to protect myself. For 9 fucking months I've been doing it, and they've done nothing. So fuck all these stupid bullshit laws that these people are trying to do on my son too. Fuck you, habeas corpus. And that's why I stepped in the beginning with affirmative defense to protect my son from illegal prosecution. Yep. Excuse defense, affirmative defense, justification justifies my criminal and civil action. My actions under Title 18 going to try to charge me in a criminal case. Well, okay, Title 18 statutes, original statutes under my 6th Amendment. I know my rights. Fair trial, speedy trial, call witness in my favor. Fuck you. You've never done that. You violated all they can prove and all this shit. So I'm not listening to any of their bullshit. fuck you, feds. You're not getting involved, and you should have already been involved in this case. Why is Tom Rourke not already been formally charged on, in a public forum, motherfuckers dealing methamphetamines in Christmas Valley, Oregon? His son gets away with dealing it to the farmers. The farmers act like they don't do it. And that's why I've had hell since I came into this town. Fuck you, farmers, all you Simplots and you Guthers and you churches and you fucking, Puckets and all these pricks out here in this fucking town. They got all this money and their fucking kids up here at the school bully the fuck out of all the other kids in town. Probably one of the worst things you've ever seen in your fucking life. They get away with it at school. Look this shit up. You want to see some insane in the membrane? Look up North Lake County School and Christmas Valley. It's actually in Silver Lake, Oregon. You will see some fucking horror stories that not only do the cops run with the farmers fucking run the school. Kids, they run the school. They get to do whatever the fuck they want up there at that school. These other kids that live in this town that don't have money. It's fucking sick. Yeah. People, oh no, not in America. This never happened in this country. This country sucks. Yeah, I had a rapist run around my town as my son sits in a fucking jail, and they know goddamn well he's a rapist, and they don't put him in jail. Never been convicted of the crime that my son and fucking a minor child, teenagers, all fucking kids get charged. They have records to this day. Still follows my son. Rapist never charged. That should make you throw up, make you sick to your fucking stomach. They don't give a fuck. So fuck your stupid case. State of Oregon, fuck you. Where's my accuser? I have the right to face my accuser. Where's my victim? Where's my fucking victim? Show me my victim. I have the right to face my accuser. Fuck you. It's repugnant. That's not constitutional anyways. None of your shit is constitutional that you've done to me or my fucking son. I can prove that my son did these 180 hours 50 million ways, and you have allowed me to document that over and over and over again. Your dumb fuck state of Oregon, Lake County, Oregon, said you were watching these fucking live streams before you ever saw it came. That makes you culpable, liable. All of these, absolutely, your fucking damages, your notice of liability has already been put on notice. Yep, 12, 29, 24, you've already been put on notice for all damages. So if you fucking end up killing or hurting my son, you already owe him for whatever. I will bring a massive lawsuit against the United States of America if I can seek with my witness who is seeking the same thing. We're being religiously persecuted, targeted. I've already been swatted. I'm tired of this bullshit. They say they're in this fucking channel. So they know. They made themselves fucking liable when they said they were in here recording all this shit, watching police officers coming onto the job, watching me live stream, knowing that I'm talking about Cresha Brunsman, Lily Frank, Tom, Don, Morgan, Sheriff Black, Officer Dumar, Cresha Brunsman, fucking Richard Gray. How the fuck do I know all these people's names? How the fuck do I know all these names? Because I was involved, you dumb fucks. Remember, I was going to fucking take Tony Carson's life, the rapist, because you were going to just railroad my son and throw him in prison. It's what kept him from going to prison the first time. Literally, this county was just going to railroad my son, just like they railroad Kevin. They just railroaded this man. So he never had a speeding ticket 20 fucking years. 20 fucking years. And he comes back, drive 1,400 miles to come back and fight his ticket. That's fucking honorable right there. They still convicted him. And I, as his witness in court, got the cop to fucking lie. He said he radared him going west. Kevin was parked. We were looking for the title to the vehicle that was not coming in the mail. We were even discussing it. Our tracking phones that always track us will show that cellular data. We weren't even being recorded, but it's still recorded. Just like, is your thing on? Well, your phone doesn't have to be on a little bleeping thing. It can always record. Yes, it does. You're an idiot. You don't know what they do. So in there, and that will show we were talking about this title. So this officer comes and pulls in next to us, and then we pull out. The only cop was traveling. We were both going to the west. He said he was radaring to the west and radared Kevin to the west. I got the fucking officer to admit in open court he was lying, and the judge still convicted him. I had to leave. I actually pulled some bullshit that I don't ever do. Played a little fucking silly head game with Kirk Vandenberg. Well, whatever. I don't call him honorable. They're not honorable. I never asked to do anything in court. I do what the fuck I want. I bring my drink in, my phone in. I'm not gonna listen to their bullshit. They all got phones cackling like a bunch of fucking Kamala al-Akbar Harris over there. They do. The fucking sheriff and all them, you've got the sheriff, the prosecutor, you got, the disc attorney sits over here, right? All that clown show over there. They're all giggling on their phones. Hey, I got fucking drink. Fuck them. So, oh, that's why you're not getting it. Fuck you. This is what I'm saying. It's a kangaroo court. Bunch of bullshit. I went up there and gave 100% evidence. Oh, fuck, if I got my phone. That's going to make Kevin guilty because I got my phone. Fuck off. So, but anyways, 1,400 miles he drives, and he gets pulled over for 8 miles an hour over the speed limit in this fucking blink one horse town. 8 miles an hour. There's cars all day. We could go do a live stream today. We could drive up there because it's a one horse town, so to speak. It is. There's no flashing yellow light. Your cars go 65, and it's not even 65. It's 55. And they gave him a ticket for 8 miles an hour over the speed limit. Does that even sound like speeding? I used to be a cop. I know how to run a Doppler radar. I know how to run laser. I used to be a pig. Yeah, Doppler, and they never did talk about the car in front. That shows reasonable doubt. That could have radared the car in front of him. They never brought it up. They don't want to listen to shit. It's a kangaroo court. So I've been exposing Lake County, Oregon for a long time, for about 10 years, all the corruption in this county. And they've been getting away with it. And people have been saying, I'm going to get killed. They're going to shoot me and all these things. And I did get headshotted. I've never been shot out here with a bullet, but that could happen at any moment. So I need to leave the United States. I'm not safe here. It's not safe for me. My son's life is at risk now. Anybody who hangs around me is around me. They get targeted. I have proof. Kevin said that in open court. What an honorable man. Sit there and say, I'm hanging around my pastor, Tracy, and I think I'm being targeted because of, well, you're fucking right, you are, and we can prove that now. We get that FOIA request, that judge, we're going to go back someday, and when they look at this and this other car that was in front, that's obviously who the fuck he radared. Kevin stopped at the fucking edge of the curb and then pulled out. There was a cop right there. Why the fuck would he speed off with a cop right there? That's fucking dumb. And this cop from way back there come at like 100 miles an hour to catch up to him. It was a fucking shit show. There was no truth to any of it. And they still convicted Kevin. Rick went in there and prepared for 3 months a testimony that was beautiful. And he said he had a stroke. He said he had to go to the hospital. They put a fucking hurting on people here, man. People don't give a fuck what goes on in most of the time because they just take a deal. Or they just get railroaded. And then that's just the way it works in America. You can't tell me any different. Statistically, 98.5% of the people get butt fucked. Yeah, they do. They take a bar gain for the bar, reach over, grab the soap, and take it deep. Absolutely. You'll get double stuff like an Oreo. In the right, many cases, there's no crimes of criminal going. It's criminal code. Criminal code and original criminal statute are two completely different things. Legal and lawful are two different things. People don't know their constitutional right. I do, and I suffer because of it. Because I assert my constitutional right, I suffer. And that's the country I don't want to be in this country. And now they have me tagged where I can't go. Fuck them. I'm about to leave, and they can do whatever they fucking want. But the problem is this prick fucking Marshall. I'm going to give his last name. I fucking don't like this guy anymore. What he did, he could have stepped in. He should have brought my fucking silver back. That was my retirement. I told this man I bailed my son out of jail with my gold, who my son told me to take my gold and my silver and go buy this plot of fucking land that I want to buy in Ecuador and go travel around the country with that, and don't worry about him. He will get his shit taken care of. He's trying. He knows because I've been helping him. He knew he was doing what was right, and he was trying the hardest he can do, and he wanted to see me, tired of seeing me struggle out here for 10 fucking years trying to build a community. I didn't buy the property that just paid off to give to the ministry for me. I have a witness. He was here when I asked, I bought this for a community. I don't want to be, now all I want to be is left the fuck alone, and I want to farm because that's what I do. I'm a farmer. It's what I do. So, and raise my animals. I am a farmer, and I raise food and I produce all my, I'm self-sufficient, and they don't like that. So fucking let me go. Somebody please help me get the fuck out of this country. People, there's tens of thousands of millions of people coming in this country without any fucking passports. This motherfucker stole my passport. I could be shot at any time. My son could be killed again. I don't know. Did he get killed the first time? Well, no. Okay, they shot him, but he's alive. But did he get shot again? Why didn't anybody give a fuck about Elijah Werner? Why won't anybody look at his 180 hours? They came, swatted this fucking house because of the 180 hours, and they don't want to. hindering prosecution. That's the charges I'm facing. Felony charges, 2 felony charges, hindering prosecution, 2 felony charges. Fucking, that would land you in prison for some time, right? I don't have any priors. I don't have a record, but anyway, yeah, that fucking fucked up. So hindering prosecution. Well, why? What are you allowing to happen? I wasn't allowing them to throw my son in prison because I know he did all these hours, 180 hours, just like I'm saying on the warrant. He's saying, we're all saying, we've been saying this for fucking years. Nobody has ever one time looked into the 180 hours. That's what they have beyond a reasonable doubt, the burden of proof to prove. Now the state swatted my house and they have, and nothing has been done. Remember in your Miranda rights, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, will, and do, it's irrelevant, will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, legal counsel during questioning. If you cannot afford one, will be appointed to you. I know these laws. I used to be a pig, guys. I did this for a living. The boot's been on the people's neck. I'm a veteran as well. It's sickening what I've done. But I don't want to see this done to other people. I put people in a cage without a victim. That still weighs heavy on my heart. Where is the victim? You have the right to face your accuser under the Constitution. So this is all repugnant, and it means if it is, you're not supposed to follow it. That's why it's going on, because people are going by these laws that are not constitutional, and that's not Christ-like. Christ stood up to the law, and they ripped his beard out of his face. Did you know that? He didn't carry a cross. They hung him on a tree. They tortured him. You don't know my love. You don't know Shiloh. I know Christ. And he stood up to the law, and they killed him for it. I will do the same. If they martyr me, that is their fault, not mine. I didn't do it. I am a meek. I could have shot 2 state troopers dead. Protecting my rights under this meek. That is their evidence against me. Their evidence is when backed into a corner, he'll strike. Well, guess what? I didn't. And I have the God-given right, the constitutional right, and I did it. If I did, my son would possibly be sitting next to me right now. My daughter, I'm pleading as these state troopers are on my fucking property. It's gone. Dead. I don't miss. Look at my DD-24. That's 2 dead troopers. I don't miss. I put my hand with the phone in the air to record these pigs on my property going, you're scaring the fuck out of my daughter, threatening you're going to throw her husband in prison. She's going and doing all these extra fucking hours and working with him. She works 5 days a week. Full-time job, and now is going and working with him 7 fucking days a week. You're scaring them, and they know this. It's all recorded. It's all fucking recorded. They say they know this is happening, and they still swatted this fucking house anyways. They never called Dawn, Tom, Morgan. Those are 3 males, 2 females that did all these hours with Elijah. Their phones, the eyewitnesses, Chad at the fire station. Why is it Ryan Solberg being questioned in why would you tell Elijah at 18 months that he could get off of probation because his dad requested at 17, you can get off early because you did all your community service, work crew, road crew. You just need to pay off your restitution. Ryan Solberg said, yes, he could. Why does that call exist? Why wasn't that call ever looked into before they ever swatted this fucking house? What about my call to Lake County, Oregon, saying I'm calling because I've already called John. Now I'm calling you because he told me to call you. I'm Elijah's father. I'm Tracy Werner, not all capital letters, okay? I'm always operating in private capacity and never in commerce. That's not what I said to them. I'm Tracy. I know you can't give me the specifics, but I need to make sure all his hours are completed. His attorney wants it. Yes, they're all done. No, I need proof. We need the document. Okay, hold on. We get to it. Why didn't they get and look at that call? That call exists. Why would they not look that call up before they swatted this house? Ruined my fucking face. I've suffered a stroke, vision, my respiratory is completely different. I can't take back physically what they've taken from me. They didn't give a fuck. They came here to kill me, and evidence will show that. So I need to exit because I don't even trust this Marshall fucking prick. fucking cocksucker, man, sit there and tell me he's going to bail my son out this first day and then fucking plays with me, toys with me, steals my passport, steals my fucking silver, and my daughter's car's there. My son's truck was there. It's not there. So where the fuck is that? This guy, and now he's given before in the past, but that's between him and Elijah. And I would, because he's my son. But is this what's going on here? There's something else going on. This dude is fucking dirty. He kept my dog after I begged him to give my dog back after this bullshit happened to me. He's my supposed fucking friend who's never come and visited me one fucking time since this. I don't have any friends. I don't have friends. I've recently met a man of God who I would fucking do anything for now. When I go to court with me like that, go to battle with me like that, I got this man 6 because he's upright. You know why I'd have this man 6? Because he told me, let's grab the books, let's get the animals, and let's go. I love Kevin. He's a fucking good, upright man. Some man telling me, oh, let's grab the word and go. I'd do anything for that man. Whatever he needs done, I know God sent him to be my witness. Hallelujah. So thank you. It sucks, guys. Now he ain't even been around that long, and he's already being targeted and crushed around me. Everybody who gets around me gets canned, man, because I stand up. We've got to stand up, guys. We've got to stand up. There's people all over the world. This country has been raping everybody. We have with oil. We've gone around for 50 years plus, and with the Bretton Woods Agreement, gone around with veterans like me, stomped every nation, made them pay for oil. That's taxation. No taxation without representation. They threw tea in the harbor over 3%. Christ whipped the people selling the doves, turned over the money, changed their tables. This is bullshit, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to tax me and keep me down and imprison me, and I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't. I need it. I have trust. Beyond imagine, and my faith is even stronger. So nothing is going to happen to me or my son or my daughter or any man. That's why I didn't shoot those 2 state troopers, because I'm meek, not weak. I'm a pacifist. I don't want to fight. I'd actually like to exit without any, there will be resistance, I'm sure, but I'm not trying to go plan an attack. I actually want to go farm. So if they won't let me go, I'm going to go either fucking way. I'm not going to listen to them. And no matter what the fuck happens to me, I'm not going to, where it'll be perfect. I'll be like, oh, Father, here we are. And I think Kevin has the same mentality. I can't even believe that somebody could but it's Father. I don't see, Kevin, like me, struggles with the flesh, with the fleshy things, but there's something inside of that man that is not his own, of his own will. So I've already seen him use it and push it from the inside out, like he tells us, circumcise the flesh and use that, inner man to, like an onion, we cut the circumcision off from the inside, and he grows inside of us, and he pushes out everything, these worldly things, so they don't matter. And we become focused on light, things of light, works of light, and we don't, no matter how the flesh suffers. That's probably how he easily striped. How many lashings did he take? Stretched him back, ripped every beard out of his hair out of his face, stabbed him, put holes in his hands and his feet. I mean, people have no idea what my love Shiloh went through. And he said, conform to my image. If you're going to be a disciple, they all gave up and had a life. Remember Matthew, a tax collector. That's probably even worse than a mass murder. Paul was a mass murderer. He was of Christians. Paul, the Apostle Paul, the 13th apostle, absolutely, he was a mass murderer. And if Father could rebuke his heart, Shiloh, through the gospel on the road to Damascus, it's all there. Read this. It's such a beautiful, I hate religion. I hate all your religions. You worldly people are so, he wrote the letter to the 7 churches, grow the abyss up. You don't dwell in houses made by hands. The Most High does not dwell in temples. Nuh-uh. He's inside. Let's talk about what was in Kevin earlier, what's inside me, which drives me. They all were overcome by the Ruach HaKodesh. That's the Holy Ghost or the Holy Spirit, okay? The Aletheia, the truth. And that he is light. He can't be defiled. That's what truth is the word, right? You call it TRU. Never mind. It's not letters. It's not numbers. It is light, is the horizo. It's the divider. It's this flesh that I'm telling you about, that he's inside of us, not in a temple made by hands. He suffered for his bride and those that are willing to be born from above and let this flesh suffer, whatever the cost for my Shem's sake, he says in Matthew 10:34-39 at the end of that passage, is the promise of eternal life with me. So that's where I'm headed, to the Lamb, to the wedding, to the feast. And no matter what I walk and suffer on this rock, it's temporary. And I will, not by the will of pornea, my own, all this worldly things, but by his salvation I have to carry. No, he picks me up. He carries me. I am born from above, not again, daily. And I walk in redemption. I do. I know that I will be redeemed. I'm already paid for. It's a purchased possession. It's already been done. I have nothing to fear. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall not want. I don't need anything. I look at Kevin, and I don't think he wants any material possession right now. I mean, we'd like a place to be, farm and feed and whatever with the animals so that they're safe. But it's like, it doesn't need to involve anybody else. Maybe the locals will come, unite with us, and we will unite. It would be you and I as a community there, but I have it here. And so I'm not leaving. I have a beautiful salvation place of rest, suffering. He will pick me up, carry me, and lift me and heal me, bring me to an ending point. That's right. He will right every wrong. Whatever the fuck they did to Kevin, the Father will make that right. He will pour out a just measure. So I know this is, he will lead the way. And I really feel it's such an honor to walk this rock in this flesh and be around another man who's so selfless, who's listening to the Holy Ghost inside of him and doesn't have a desire. Told him, hey, you got to have a truck to move around. So he bought a fucking, with his retirement, he worked his ass off. Went and bought a truck, and now he's just like, well, let's leave it here. We'll go get another one somewhere else. Whatever. Just it doesn't matter. There's not, and that was such an honorable thing to do, because you stay here in America, you got to have mobility. Just sit in one place like it. Fuck this place. I don't want to be here. I want to go to a constitutional republic. I want to be I know there will be resistance, so they can bring whatever they bring, but I have faith like Daniel. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, they throw me into den of lions. It's good not to be thrown in. Obviously, remember, these passages should inspire. I hope they inspire you, brothers and sisters, to walk in these words, to be a living testament of this will, his, not your own. A new living will. He was the testor. I don't know if you ever done any logistics or anything, but this is not a law. That he was the testor of, and to make it a binding, testament. There are heirs to that inheritance when somebody dies, and this is what this is about. This, I don't know any other teacher. Even I love Jim Brown, but he's so lost in 23.5 degree, reason for the season bullshit, that's nothing. That has no validity to it. None. Zero. None. But we are in a very special time. Again, the celestial firmament is declared. We are seeing the riders of the apocalypse. We've already seen the rider of on the white horse. Stop it, please. He wants to go. He wants to get out of here. He knows my dog has already suffered. My animals, they've been here for me too. But it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful gift to know that we were bought, again. And though he says, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall not want. I will fear no evil, for the Lord are with me. He will lead me to greener pastures. This is, I walk in the shadow of the valley. I'm not in the valley of death, in the shadow. I work in light, but he protects me in that shadow of darkness. That is this veil that he puts over. So I know if I work in light and I have no worldly possessions that drive me, again, and I see another man inspired, that, if you're a testor of that will, and you write that inheritance out, that's who he wrote, who will receive. He said, let no man take your crown. He is the one who holds. He is the scepter. Remember, he holds the scepter. He's the one with the sword, not the crown and the bow. I gotta let these animals out. You don't see the gooses. Good guys. Good guys. birds out there. Sorry, I'm sorry. I apologize. See, there we go. We make our mistakes too. They don't bother those ladies. I know you won't. So, anyways, all this is related. You know, how could you go from cursing and stuff about Marshall? It's all, nothing's happening here that's not, God didn't already write. He wrote all things from the foundation of the world. He gives us options. You know, the Greek word is porneia. Like, you know, you can go to this hub or that hub, or no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about self-will, self-driven, you know. Yeah, jerking yourself off, right? Well, pretty much. You know, that's what you're doing. You're locking yourself in the chain. You know, there's a chain, pulling your own chain, and the key to this is the pit. That is no knowledge. And this is where people really deceive themselves, because the wedding that we go to, Father, he brings us to Father. And Father doesn't have flesh. Father is inside us. And he said he'd prepare that place where our Father's house, where our Father is at. And it's a house of many rooms. So many layers, brothers and sisters, many rooms. So knowing that this is all related to the scepter sign for the original sign where he said, be girded in my service, have extra oil, and have your lamps trimmed. Girded in my service is not porneia. That is agape. That's why he told Peter, I'm not asking you if you phileo me, Peter, do you agape me? So we all fall short. You got to rob Peter to pay Paul. I don't think anybody knows what that scripture. Oh, wait, that's not biblical, is it? Well, it is if you know what they're telling you, but 99% point probably, we'll just leave it at that. Don't know what that means. Rob Peter to pay Paul. Phileo and agape is what that is right there. You can put the passage on it. It'll make it very simple for you. Read that scripture and you'll see exactly what that is telling you. Paul said, circumcise the outer man. He said, wrestle not against flesh. See, Paul was overcome by the gospel, the 13th apostle Paul. So most people, though, this scripture isn't written on their hearts. He does not love everybody. Most people go to hell, and hell is not even a word that was ever written in scripture. I'll just use it for conversation, psychobabble, so you understand or can have, you don't believe, because believe isn't a thought in your head. You can't believe. So I'm not trying to change what you believe, because believe, girded in my service, is a verb. And people just forgotten their basic dialectus, their gloss of their tongue. They believe in an alien. There's no such thing as an alien. You are adding to scripture. And this is exactly what he says. Give me in scripture where it says he created one planet. I'll wait. Go ahead. Anybody that good with, and hey, well, I'm still in the learning process. It's a refiner's fire. That's what this ministry is about, no matter what. It's a blessing. Nothing can be done to me, no matter what's going on. I'm always going to teach. They can throw me in a fucking federal prison. They can't even put me in, whatever. They put me in confinement. I'll be babbling off to whoever can hear it, or to myself in my own head. I'll never be alone. Where there are two or three gathered in my name, there I'll be in their midst. So I'll be there with Father. Yep. Where there are two or three gathered in my Shem, there I'll be. So he's inside of me. He's not in some, I don't have to go to a church. They can put me in a hole and he'll always be with me. He'll never leave me. That's the promise of when he destroyed the physical temple. You just don't know this word. He wrote it on my heart. It's on my heart. It's not in a temple. It's on my heart. See, I'm going to go to my Father's house. I'm going to prepare a place. I'm going to come back and receive you. It's inside of us. No, it doesn't say he created earth and heavens. Blasphemy. It said he created the earth. He created earth, right? No, he created heaven and earth, not heavens. That's Psalms and the book of Psalms. The heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament declares his handiwork. It says he created heaven. Don't add a jot. This is why he says, perfect example. Thank you. Blessings, Dana. A little teaching. Give me the scripture. Let's go back and refine it. There's no such thing as 1,000 in Scripture, Jordan. There's no zero. There was no zero. There was only 1 through 9. All of you love you, but you guys are young, very young in this teaching. And you would correct me, and there's nothing wrong with asking. But no, there was no zero. No zero. There was only 1 through 9. There was no such thing as 1,000. That doesn't exist. So all you guys have heard all these things, but this is all you hear these teachings of men. And so if there's no zero, you really need to probably rethink your equation, because you don't know anything. You really are very young. If you don't understand what I said, I'm not trying to talk down to you. This is what this ministry is about, so we can learn. And I've already given you all the tools. Brother Jim can teach you all that. His only part of the ministry that is flawed is his celestial teaching, which is kind of important, but you don't need to know celestial markers to know the gospel. Fuck the celestial teachings. Are you carrying your cross daily? I'm not kidding. That's what it's about. So all this other stuff doesn't matter. You're just Timothy, adding to your faith. By faith alone, you are saved. Salvation, sozo, to be carried, picked up, lifted from beginning point, healing, right to an ending point, healed. So what you guys think is time and days and numbers is all 100% incorrect. There's not 12 months in a year. That is blasphemy. It's not 2025. You're an idiot. You are a celestial idiot. It said he created heaven, and that is not above your head. Heaven is not above your head, and earth isn't below your feet. Nope, no. And that's what the whole world believes, isn't it, huh? Remember, believe's not a thought in your head. You see how easy this is to twist people? So if you'll go back in Genesis, it said he created heaven and earth. That is the ruling class, is heaven. Heavens are the ruling class. He said he will create a new heaven and a new earth, right? Not no heavens. He said he will create a new heaven and a new earth, and you'll get a new body, because your new body does not exist in flesh. No, and you're probably not ready for that, because you're very spiritually young. You love this flesh. You hold on to it. It's your comfort. It's a pacifier. You think time is some hand that points to a number on a wall. Okay, there's been change. I'll go to mine. I'll look it up after this here. But either way, the heavens are the ruling class, okay? Heavens are the ruling class. So, and that would be even better. Like I said, I'm not sure. And I'll double check this, because we're supposed to refine it. And it makes sense either way. If you go back, and that's what we're supposed to do. Heavens are the ruling class. I can teach you this over and over. And I have. Dana knows, been in here before. Like the nation of Israel was considered the heavens. Earth is the ruled. Earth, that's a good way to do it too. Earth isn't below your feet. There's nothing in Scripture that says earth is a creation under our feet. Under means you're being ruled. That's what you don't. This is why they fooled everybody with this. See, in Psalms, it says the heavens. Are you reading out of the interlinear Textus Receptus, Dana? If not, I think it's time for you to go get one. You've been here long enough, sister. It's time to make. You need you need funding? I'll figure it out. Please make sure you're reading your interlinear. If you don't have these 4 books, I discourage you. Please. If you need help, please. I want to start to try and pay it off. So I don't want to make. Oh, hold on. Was it kitties who were messing with him, or was it you guys? I don't think you guys were. I think it was the kitties who were just playing with him. Come say hi. Hold on, you guys gotta say hi. Come say hi. Come say hi. Hey, leave her alone. Come say hi. There's one of the birds. There, she's a red sex link. Say hi. They were hammered when I got them, guys, but I've got them in good shape now. She's doing good. They're doing much better, huh? You're doing good. Oh, chickens. They love animals, guys. Huh, pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. Oh, go. You little pretty girls. And say hi. Say hi, pretty girl. Say hi. Oh, look at the puppy saying hi. You just love the chickens, huh? Oh, they love the girls. Oh, say hi. See, all our animals get along out here at the farm. So, I just want to farm, guys, and be left alone. I'm a farmer. It's what I do. Right? It's what I do. You can't tell that I'm a farmer? What are you doing? What are you doing, my pretty little girl? They were so hammered when I got them. They were really in sad shape. But they're doing better now. So I really wish I could just be left alone, farm my animals, raise my dogs, and raise chickens and some sheep. Huh. I'm a pretty girl. So, all right, I'm going to go take her back outside. So, yeah, she's getting all her feathers back. Yeah, she knows I'm talking to her. Look at that. Yeah, because I just heard them outside, and I think it was the cats just being the dogs don't. You see the dogs, they don't bother the chickens, and the cats really don't either. So if they did or something, I had one down. I think that there was a cat that got him out here. It got out, but she got left out overnight. So she must have just been. I don't know what happened, but all right, you ready to go back inside with the other ladies? Huh? Pretty girl, you are getting pretty. You're getting all your feathers back. We're getting all our feathers back. Look at all our feathers. They were so hammered, guys. They had no belly feathers, no nothing. And I kept them inside for weeks. But we got her pretty now, huh? She's a pretty little girl. You're pretty. Your combs are looking good. So yeah, isn't she pretty? She's about a year old. Like I say, when I got them, guys, they had no feathers back here. We're all look, because you can see this is all grown back. Okay, say stop touching my butt. I don't want my. All right, I'm gonna go bring her back in. Like I said, you guys can tell. I just want to farm, guys. I want to grow food. I want to farm. I love animals. We have dominion over these things, and we're supposed to be good of this rock, and so. As you can tell, animals love me too. Hug your chicken today. All right, so go say bye. Say bye. Say bye, pretty girl. You want to peck the screen? How about that for a live? See, I'm not a bad guy. Why are they trying to hurt me, man? They hurt my animals too, guys. So I apologized. Had a break. I had her. She was out underneath, and the cats were looking at her. So I'm gonna go take her back inside, and you want to go back with the other ladies, go eat some more. I know you got a ton of food out there, huh? All right, well, I want you guys to be Oh, yes. You got to keep your feathers. Are you talking? What are you saying? Say some more. Hello? All right, say bye. One more time. Say bye-bye. Isn't she pretty? Yeah, she's a red sex link. They lay about 250 eggs a year. They don't have a super long life, but they do have a very heavy egg. One of the better egg layers, very docile, as you can see. Good with other birds. Yeah. And they lay a big, large brown egg to extra large. Some of them can lay some pretty big eggs. They're not a big bird, but they lay a pretty good size egg. So she's ready to go back out there. Aren't you? You're like, wow. So that's not my look. I always wear this hat. Just don't wear it in the wintertime. So anyways, there's the girl. She was outside running around. She's all got all her feathers back. As you can tell, she had no feathers on her belly, no feathers on her back. So we've done a pretty good job with them pretty quickly. So they're doing good. They're nice ladies, though. These are really good birds. I almost consider them like a Rhode Island Red. Rhode Island Reds get a little bigger, and they're real friendly too. But these are sweet little birds. They really are. And they lay a really nice big egg for their size. She's 1 year old, huh? She's 1 year old. Aren't you? You remember from being inside for all those weeks, huh? You're like, I remember it's so warm in here. Feels good. We got the fire going. All right, she's hanging out by the fire. Let me go bring her back. The kitties that are just playing with them. They're getting in near the edge of the fence there. So, all right. Oh, it's a little chilly. Let's put this hat back on my stinking ears. All right. Anyways, as you can see, I farm, I raise animals. I haven't had these animals very long, birds here, but I've kind of already bonded with them. And you guys, these animals on my channel here, on our channel, that I was pleading. I took 5 tear gas canisters for my animals. If I didn't have these dogs in here, I could have got out of this building pretty quickly. So I even, I went and watched that live stream again yesterday for the first time in a while, the 16-minute SWAT raid. And I immediately go out the door. I told him I needed to shut the door for my animals. I did. And I just did. I just, leaned back over, did it anyways. It's not very smart, to lean back, but I don't care. So I need to protect my animals. They already swatted my fucking house once and hurt my animals. So once again, I need to exit. Father made an inheritance, once again, where I was telling you, through Shiloh, his covenant. The scepter shall not depart from Judah till Shiloh returns. And he became the testor of that will. So it's a test of my faith and my will. So I know that I need to just continue on in faith, and he will provide the way. He will part the seas like Moses, get these animals out of here safely. And I don't want my dogs to be messed with anymore. Like I said, I I know Father sent Kevin, so I'm not feeling like, I don't feel bad, the targeting that Kevin has been taking. I mean, I don't like it, but he knew damn good and well when he came here. He knew that it could happen. So he's not, I don't think he even cares at all. So, that's the testor of that will in the age of the heirs, where they inherit the crown of God, the kingdom of God, like Paul says, that too much thlipsis we must go through to receive that kingdom after they stone that old man. So it could be a lot more suffering before that day of sunshine comes. It doesn't matter, though. We need to push in the right direction. Staying in an apostate nation that just, this is the most unsafe nation. If you've only lived in the U.S., then you don't know different. You are biased, is what that's called. You have a bias you think we are the good guy and we are the bad guy. We have been blowing up fucking countries for 50 fucking plus years, just destroying nations and making them pay for oil with the US dollar. And it all has to do with Fort Knox. It's so hard to watch this shit in the news right now with Trump talking about Fort Knox. That was the whole deal. We were going to bring all the gold here and guard all the, the nation's gold. And we left that in 73 and said, fuck it, don't look over here. Now look over here. Now we'll just guard all the OPEC nations, and started fucking everybody up for 50 years, and nobody gives a shit. Oh, for freedom of America, for the benefit of the cause, you go, veterans, go kill women and children, and we'll just stand on an X and wear a face diaper and let all our goddamn constitutional rights be eroded. And that's why fucking 22 veterans every day decide to blow their fucking head off or do something to take their life, because there's no freedom in America. Bullshit. Look at what's happening to me. Where the fuck is my son? Nobody gives a fuck about Elijah. There's a man who's totally potentially has everything to do with it. I don't think he's even investigated. I think he's fucking in on it with him. That's why nothing's happening to him. It's another Tony Karsten bullshit, huh? Here we go again. Somebody's get a fucking freebie, and then I pay the price, Elijah pays the price, Kevin pays the price, Rick pays the price, Gene pays. Anybody's bucking around him, he's going to pay the price for standing up for what's right. But guess what? Remember, the heirs to the crown, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, are the ones who suffer. They receive the inheritance because they suffer for his Shem's sake. If you martyr me, if you martyr Kevin, anybody, and I've already been martyred, so to speak. My life is fucking shot. I can't even leave right now. They got me fucking in prison. No, they don't. So I'm not going to listen to it. Remember? Their laws. I don't go by that bullshit anyway. So I'm not a part of this anymore. I've already left the corporation America. I do not consider myself a citizen of this. It's not even a nation state anymore. It's a corporation. So I am not part of it. So I need to be able to leave without. I've already had Ted Martin, the district attorney down here, tell the whole fucking world that my name does not exist in capital letters. So I've said it over and over. I was never arrested. I don't have a record, so I have not been convicted of a fucking crime under the name capital, this whole hindering prosecution and interfering with the peace officer. They have me on charges, but I can prove that I have all the evidence, but they don't want to listen to anything, nothing. For 9 months, that's long enough. So now I'm going to make my exit, and I know Father's going to provide the way. And people, well, that's risky. You shouldn't say shit. No, just like I brought Elijah here. See, I remember Marshall telling me that he could get Elijah, or wanted me to bring Elijah to somewhere down, that he could get $300 a day mining fucking gold and silver. He was finding silver, but I said, no, we're going to stay here, because if Elijah was guilty, well, then I'd let him make him do the crime. We wouldn't run anyways, but no, we're not running. Even if the system isn't worked properly, it's because Father wants it that way. It's just a test. So no, I will not run with him. I'm not going to take him and put him in these gold mines. And so there's something there behind that too. Is that where Elijah's at? Does Marshall have Elijah and Adriana in the supposed gold mines? I need somebody to look into this. I can call state of Oregon, and I really think it's extremely dangerous. Imagine what I just said. You go over there and Elijah's tied up or something, and Marshall even mentioning this is fucking dangerous and a threat to Elijah's life. Can you imagine that? If this motherfucker's got my son and now he feels threatened, because I do feel, I'm trying to do the timeline in my head. I don't think Adriana went missing until right about the time that I went down there fucking after and picked up my dog and told Marshall, I'm going to talk to Adriana eventually, Marshall. You took the silver because you said you had it, but now you've turned script and says she has it. I'm going to talk to her eventually. In my brain, I'm trying to do this timeline, and that's almost about the time that Elijah went missing too, supposedly. There's a lot to this, guys. It's coming together very quickly, and it's really a lot of it's pointing to Marshall in Wolf Creek, Oregon. And I can't call the state police. They won't have my back. Feds should be very fucking aware of this. They're listening right now. They're listening right now. They said they're in this. I have fucking discovery of evidence that says they record this channel. So I don't care if I come in here and none of you are in here. It's already monitored by law enforcement. So doesn't fucking matter. They're very aware of this. So how the fuck? That's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes they're getting this stuff. So let's go back. Does anybody remember this timeline? You want to work with this with me? I went down to pick up my dog after months and months and months begging fucking Marshall to let me come down there and get my dog, and he wouldn't give my dog back. Now, remember when he got pissed off that I mentioned his name on the internet because of some kind of, I don't know, something's going on with him. I only really know, I mean, and Marshall I know him as a friendship. I mean, I'm trying to think how long I know him. I met him off the internet selling him candy. Okay. My son already knew him somehow. I don't know how that works. It's a small town. Maybe it just is what it is. Because like I said, too, I want some fucking answers at Jim. And this dude might not like what I'm saying, but why the fuck would he not, like I said, I've gone through something extremely, we all got thrown in jail, and he knows, why wouldn't he come ever visit me? Why wouldn't he bring back my silver? Why wouldn't he bring back my dog? That's a long way. But I offered to go get my dog. And then when I put his name on the internet and said, hey, he not giving my dog back. Why are you saying I stole? I said, I didn't say. I said, you're not giving my dog back. I didn't say you stole him at this point, but you're not letting me have it. And I begged you to, well, just come give me my shit. Come get your shit back and all, because I have the keys to his property. And he's already told me to take everything on his property and bring it to this property. He told me that. I had a phone on me. I'm sure he did 50 fucking times. He gets mad when I buy something because he has extra stuff fucking here or whatever that he had with Jim or whatever this guy, he was building this off-grid thing out here, and Jim shot himself. Did he, Marshall? Oh, that's a fucked up thing to say, but I don't fucking know. Some of this shit with him just doesn't fucking add up. So if he would been more straight with me, I just let some of his fluffing shit. I've known people like that. They're just kind of want to participate in the conversation, and they might add a little bit. I'm not saying narcissist, but like they fluff things. And I've called Elijah. Remember, I talked to Elijah before when Elijah was here, and I wouldn't let Elijah leave and go get thrown in jail. I talked to him about this. I'm like, he wants you to go to the gold mines and make $300 a day. Adriana can make $300 a day. He got out of, his old business of growing or something. Now he's mining. He's got all this mining equipment, and he wants Elijah to come down there and said, I come down there and we could get $300 worth of gold a day. And he's finding silver too. And I had a talk with Elijah. I said, he ain't finding no silver, man. You don't find silver like he's saying. That's not how it works. And Elijah agreed. I'm like, so I just, and I talked to him, I said, please don't put too much faith in Mark, because I know he helped you out. I sold that back chair for you, but something I got a weird feeling, man. This whole silver thing is it's rubbing me the wrong way. He wants to come hide you, Elijah. We're not hiding from anything. You know that. You did these hours, and that's why we're here and we're recording this. And so, yeah, there we go too. I'm invested in the Tonopah district in Black Rock silver. So yeah, you don't find silver. You can find gold, but to refine silver, not fine. You may find silver, but it needs a silver vein, like in Peru, Mexico, here in Nevada, there's a vein in the Tonopah district, but that's a very extremely rare. Mining silver is a byproduct of base metals or copper, zinc, mine. He lied to the wrong person. I got a fucking channel that's called Silver's Like Gold. So you're not going to fucking tell the man who knows quite a bit about silver, blessings to have all these years that you're finding fucking silver. So I told my son, I'm like, I don't like this. And we agreed. So I know this prick has something to do it. He's a lying he's a liar. I can tell you that. He's an absolute fucking liar. So why would he tell me to come get my shit when all he had is this my shit? Does that look like a pile of shit to you? My dog looked like shit when I picked him up. He did. His whole fucking, all his chin was completely red. All the skin, his fucking tail looked like, all the way down this tail, guys, all the way down that tail was red and raw, like somebody had burnt and peeled the skin off the blister, like it was blistered all the way down, pink and fucking red. Ticks all over in his face. His whole chest is taking me still. Get all whatever the fuck was in his chest. I mean, it was caked the fuck in there. This guy's supposedly going in the water all the time. I don't fucking think so. Oh, I want to come pick him up. Oh, he loves the water here. So come get your shit. If he just had Tango, he would say, and that's all he had, other than my silver. Listen, other than my silver, all he had was this shit right here. Does this look like shit? This is what he said. Come get your shit and take my shit back to the property. He had my fucking silver at that point. I know he did. Oh, you're being pretty particulate on these words. But if you hear what I'm saying, he's probably watching right now. He told me to call him the other day, just as soon as Kevin left here. Then Kevin has the fucking cops right behind him. And he tells me to call him. I do know this dude's in with the feds. He's got to be in with the feds. He's mentioned the feds before. Something with the feds. Like I said, I don't know his whole past. I just don't know him. I mean, I do know him and I have, but we'll go distances between talking, months and stuff. He's kind of the only person I would have ever considered my friend in the last 10 years. And he turns around and does this shit. So, and what's kind of funny, like I said, I think he thinks he's gotten away with it, so to speak. And that's kind of like everybody in this country. They get away with this shit for so long. It just keeps happening. So you would not tell me when I put his name out on front because I was upset, dude. I wanted my fucking dog. Fuck you, Marshall. If you're watching this shit, you're a prick, dude. I fucking came back with, I don't know how many ticks, 30 fucking ticks in him. His tail was fucked off. I mean, it was so fucking bad. His chin, he was just in a horrible condition. And how many months did he need to fucking suffer in this guy's care when I asked to go get him? I just got thrown in jail. This is the hardest time in my entire fucking life. This guy is never once. If you had my retirement, if you were holding on to my fucking retirement and you had my passport, which, by the way, Marshall, if you're watching this, you motherfucker, because you work for the feds, you probably don't give a fuck. Holding my passport from me is a federal fucking offense. You should overnight it and send an apology. And you won't because you're a fucking lying prick. But you holding me, I'm going to fucking eventually get this fucking case to go forward. I'll probably die for it. It don't matter. But is there any fucking, he just sent it snail mail. Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Is there any video footage at the fucking supposed post office you go mailing it? I guarantee you there's no fucking footage of him mailing that fucking passport. Marshall, you didn't mail it. You're a fucking lying prick. I'm going to go with my gut. And I guarantee you if they fucking track, there's probably a chip in that passport. Who fucking knows? It's still at your fucking property. I bet you if they swatted that fucking house right now, they'd probably find Elijah and Adriana there and fucking my passport. Isn't that fucked up, guys? My son is probably there. There's a good chance if he's anywhere, that's where the fuck he's at. My son's car is there. Adriana, I don't know if it was her car, their car. I know, whatever. It wasn't even in their name. So I don't know whose car it was, but it's her car. I know she drove it. Okay, he had his car, and it's her car. But I mean, they were married. Not by contract. They lived together for many years. So. No, he's the one who tipped me off that Tony was a fucking rapist, though. He's the one who tipped me off that Tony was a rapist, and Tony didn't get any charges too, which is rather ironic. What is Marshall to y'all? A friend, Don. How could you be watching this channel and not know that this long? That's okay. I guess some people just don't get it, and that's fine. Marshall is, again, somebody that I only met selling candy to out here in a freeze dryer. That's how I met him. Sold him some of the, what I called skits at the time. Freeze-dried Skittles. My son had already known him. I didn't know that. And I didn't know he knew my son. But once he was hanging around, you know, I was already on pissed off at this guy for smoking cigarettes. He's like, hey, that dude is hanging, you know, do you know that he's like, no way. Why are you letting him hang around? Like, well, we don't, not judgmental, like, you know, like righteous judgment, give them some, you know by their fruit. I already know, I don't, you know, but I didn't know that. And once I looked up, like, holy, then I was on him from that. Get the fuck away from my son. Let the parole and probation department know that I was on to him, and they didn't care anyway. So obviously Marshall has something to do with the feds, because the feds have never contacted me, not ever once. And I've been calling out the federal government for years now on this case too. They're a bunch of pansy ass pussy alphabet soup agency. You fucking, they suck. My fucking son could be dead, tied up. Maybe Marshall doesn't have anything to do with it, but why did my son go missing, and why did supposedly my daughter now missing after I had told Marshall, I'm going to talk to Adriana eventually and find out if she took that silver. So I do believe that that had everything to do with it that day when I went. And it's why God didn't allow Marshall to come fucking pick him up, because God is in control here. God is in control. He is doing this. No, I have not. It makes no sense. Tell me they're going to SWAT your house, not be able to get your attorney for 9 months, and don't do nothing. They're going to go through all this bullshit, do a whole SWAT. Do they have fucking drones out here? This is probably the largest SWAT raid ever that anybody in this area has seen. Me, this guy, they brag. They brought, I don't know how many of those armored vehicles were out here. I think there was 3 of them. I'm not sure how many. I don't know. That's what the lady up there, I didn't get the full story. She just said Josh Bezel was bragging his fucking ass off. You prick Josh Bezel, you're going to fucking get yours too. And I ripped his ass and that dude's a stalker. Bragging how I was going to come out with a gun and they were going to kill me. And it was just a big fucking, they were having a good old time. They were partying. They got all ready to get pumped up. They got their big A game. All right, we're going to get him to come out of there. He's not going to be on his live stream. We're going to push him out. I would call, you know, they knew if they could call me, my live stream would go down. That's why they did exactly what they did on that SWAT raid. They knew exactly what they came to do, and they got the complete opposite. God had a completely different plan than what they came and planned to do to me. So I'm still here and I'm still upright. So I'm going to call this motherfucker out. Another veteran, you spineless fuck, man. You know, First Ace is going to get my son out. I want to go back and pull. I wish I can pull back every call out of jail because it's all recorded and let you listen to what this fucking guy did to me. Strung me the fuck on long enough to where at day 9, I said, go get that fucking gold now. Wait, his bail is what? $110,000 or something or whatever the bail was, and he said he had almost all the money, and I had the money to fucking cover it in gold and silver. So that was something like 12,000 or something, like whatever. It's almost, I think it was like 12 because there was some other charges or something. They redid whatever. They always do that shit. But you know, the gold with my son's money, and you know, he said he didn't have to chip in anything. In the beginning, he said he would take care of it and I could easily reimburse him. That's not what I would have wanted to spend the money on, but oh well, who gives a fuck? So as he strung me along for fucking 9 days in jail, my daughter was out the next day. I have to sit there. I know my son was shot, but I could only see him through the little fucking, you know, flap that, I don't know, I could get into that. But, so I knew he was alive, but I knew he was not in good shape. They put him in the main cell and put me in a cell with just somebody else. And then they brought somebody in that was in with him. And obviously they were trying to listen, you know, but he said, your son ain't eating, you know, he's in there and we're trying, you know, he's your fucking story is crazy. Can't believe what he's saying that they did to you guys. That's insane. You know, fucking what, you know? So this guy strings me along and tells me he's going to bail Elijah out. And then he just strings me along. And then day 9, I finally said, fuck it. This is where this medal is at. take the gold. Do not touch. There's almost 40 pounds of silver. And don't touch it. It's all recorded. And like I said, and then he ends up saying, well, okay, I went and got, Elijah out and they had to spend some of your silver. Or he, or they, or what, or so, I don't, it was he, they, or what she, I don't remember the exact wording. Like, what the fuck? Shouldn't have to touch my silver. I just traded a whole fucking car for silver. 2 big boxes of silver for Elijah. A rather large amount of silver for a car. It was a Subaru Forester or something like that. Really nice, newer car. Backup camera, the whole works. Really nice, newer car. He brought it out here. He wanted it out here for me to drive because I didn't have a 4-wheel drive. Somebody had robbed me, and I went to go buy a 4-wheel drive and got robbed. And so all my money taken, car, and it was some piece of shit car instead of the car I drove because oh my gosh. But anyways, yeah, so at that point, like I said, Elijah had money from the sale of a car. He had money or that silver. He had just sold his car here. He had sold it while he was here and had all the cash for that. That was like his baby, his little green car. That was the Civic Green, whatever it is, whatever they call it. It's one car. He'd always been trying to build this one car, and he'd sold it. And Adriana had a paycheck. I mean, they had money. They had access to bail him out where they did not need to touch any of my silver. And he come back saying, oh, well, we had to get in. And I'm on the phone and I'm in jail and I got limited minutes, right? And he's the only money that I can get. I had $3 on my books and I bought coffee. That's it. I bought like 10 things of coffee or something, little packets. So anyways, I tell him, I said, please don't take my silver. This is my retirement. I don't have anything for me, really. I mean, everything else, it's for the community. I'm a pastor or teacher, but this is something I could left right away or got an attorney or done something. This guy crippled me by doing this to me, or it's Adriana. And I don't think it was Adriana because she had a paycheck too coming in, and she had some of she had access to Elijah's silver. So, and I think I ended up seeing some of Elijah's silver being sold online. How hard was that to watch? I think they posted after some of Elijah's silver was online. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, I just paid for the whole fucking thing, I guess. But that should have left well more than 20, 25 pounds easy of silver, more. So he said he had it. He said it was in the back of his trunk. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck, my passport's in there. I've got other important documents in there, all the paperwork on some of these precious metals, some of these, certifications. And there was some stuff I had sent out and graded and shit that I'd never done before. Never done anything. I'm just a bullion holder, just, basic metal, just. And then he says, oh, well, you got your medal there. I remember that. So I'm going to remember everything this motherfucker said to me. So I'm 99% sure. And he took the silver. He doesn't know what fucking silver is. He's never had silver in his hands. He's a lying piece of shit. Marshall, if you're listening, you are a motherfucker, dude. There was no reason. What the fuck? If you need it, you should have just talked to me, man. What a fucking prick, dude. And then sit there and then, whole time I'm in jail going, this dude's got my fucking silver, not all of it now. I wonder how much is left. I feel like he's lying to me. This doesn't feel right at all. He's going back and forth to California. He's going to call me and say, man, my car got broke into and your silver got stolen, man. And I never got that call. He just had it. And he had my dog. And then I mentioned that I couldn't get my dog back. And he said, come back and pick your shit up. Marshall, you chicken shit motherfucker, when you go watch this stream, because I keep seeing you online and I know you're listening to this shit, you had my silver then. It's going to be evidence eventually going to come against your fucking ass because is that why Adriana disappeared? Is that why she can't be found now and her car's at your fucking house? Please, guys, I don't want to do this, but I need your help now. This is very risky. My son and my daughter could be eliminated because of this, and I just have to have faith. Marshall has something to do with this. He absolutely fucking does. Why would he tell me, come pick your shit up? And he meant my dog. And he met my dog, right? Only? No. My shit is not just my dog. My shit was because he had my silver. I know he did. And I ain't making this about shiny metal. I don't want the fucking metal back. I want my passport. I want my motherfucking passport. That's a federal fucking fence. No, it's not. It's not. He's, you know what I'm saying? It's fine, Rob. It's fine. You know what I mean? He still has it. I'm sure of it. And he has my fucking passport and he's lying. He didn't sell it. He didn't sell it. He has it. They'll fucking find it. They're on that property with my passport. He's a lying prick. But I can't get anybody involved because I think he's with the feds. I think he has everything. When I went down there, again, he mentioned something. The feds came there because it's a some kind of grow or something, an indoor grow, and I can't see anything. I can see a couple tents, you know, from the road, but I don't. There's no evidence that anything's being grown there, but that you can visually see. But he said that he got some fines or something for like code violations. So the feds were there. So I think that this is somehow they got involved with this, and he's somehow Elijah's got in. There's something to do with this. That's why I 99% know that the feds are very aware of my case, and they're very aware of what's going on. And I think that's why there's nothing moving forward, is because it's a fucking wash. And there's a massive lawsuit against the federal government. There's a massive lawsuit. They kidnapped my daughter. You can't accost somebody's body. And your Miranda rights, if they arrest you, they have to have show cause, probable cause. They have to have a signed warrant. They have to have a secret indictment. They didn't have anything in that day, and they arrested her and charged her with fucking 2 felonies and a misdemeanor. So, the feds were at his house. And you know, and this is the thing. This is why I want to call you on this, Marshall. If you're watching this, this is how I know I'll never fucking, if I ever see you again, I will never put these fucking mitts. I won't take your life, but I guarantee you're going to hear a goddamn mouthful from me. When I came there and I saw Elijah's car and you said you weren't there, and I walked inside because my animals, I sat down with you. You sat there and you told me that you knew somebody that knew Elijah, and you would get a hold of him and you would call me that week. I didn't want contact with him. I told him I don't want to get him in trouble. I don't want to get you in trouble. And you said to me, you knew somebody that knew Elijah, and you would call me back within a week. We kind of, in my mind, you got to mean I'm setting a calendar because this is my son's life that I'm concerned about. And you seem to give no fucking licks of a shit about his life. Right. So I ask you, oh, I know somebody and I'll get a hold of you in a week. And you don't call me. So I call you back. And you remember what you said to me, you motherfucking prick? What's going on with your son, man? Did you hear what I just fucking said, guys? Did you fucking hear what I just said? You must have fucking balls the size of fucking cantaloupes. You're lucky I'm a meek man, because I'd drive my fucking ass down there right now and I would fucking take your life with my own hands. You skinny motherfucking prick. I'm in shape, but I don't think, I know whatever about that. But no, I'm going to let God fight all my fucking battles. But I know you know where my fucking son is at. You know something and you're holding this goddamn information, and God's doing it. So I'm not mad at you. I'm never going to come fucking see you ever again. Nope. I already went down there and saw everything I need to see. My daughter's fucking car at your house. And you said you didn't talk to her or know anything. Where's my son's truck, Marshall? It's parked where Adriana's car's at. Oh, he bought that. Oh, wait a minute. I thought you didn't have any contact. I thought Elijah was fucking refusing your calls, you lying piece of shit. Look at this, guys. This is sick what this guy has done. My daughter's car is there because I believe when I went to pick up my fucking dog and mentioned the silver to him, and I said, I'm going to eventually talk to Adriana, Marshall. So you know. But I'll get to talk to her. This case ain't going to last forever. So are they holding this case so I can't talk to Marshall? Mm-hmm. Where is Adriana? Why is her car at your house? Adriana was not on the run. Adriana didn't leave. Why the fuck would Adriana sell a car to Marshall 5-6 fucking hours away? She needed money for an attorney. Now, Marshall's bought a car from him before, but Marshall had that car for years. And I actually tried to buy that car back from Marshall to get it for Elijah. Evidence will show. And he wasn't coming off on the price at all. So I gave him a good deal. And I got the car, so she needed the money. I went and picked it up on a trailer in Cottage Grove. I bet you there's no proof that Elijah's fucking Adriana was in Cottage Grove and Marshall. She probably drove that fucking car to that house, guys. And she's probably there on that property. And so is probably Elijah. This is fucking scary as fuck, guys. And I don't fear, but this is scary to think this is possible. Because why would Marshall tell me that he had not had contact with either of these people, yet bought a car from Adriana and sold Elijah a car, and tell me he ain't had contact with him? Because you're a fucking lying piece of shit. And I'm onto your fucking ass. And I'm going to keep exposing you now until the feds show up to your fucking house. And somebody's going to have to help me, guys. And this is dangerous. If he's holding my son right now, he could go in there and shoot them fucking both to try to cover his ass. If he did what I just said and fucking trapped Adriana there because he knows goddamn good and well that I'll eventually find out that he's the one, and Adriana tells me, I didn't take that metal, Tracy. That changes. There's your motive, guys. There is your fucking motive. And if I wouldn't open up my goddamn mouth about this fucking silver, this might not have happened. So somebody please help me. I am not going to let this go. I love Adriana. She's my daughter. She's a good woman. The shit they fucking said about her online, about her being a whore and all that shit in Lane County when we were trying, I'd never seen this woman's collarbones or her ankles, for Christ's sake. She don't dress like that. Fuck off, you people. What you did to my daughter and took her husband away, you fucking, those two should be able to live the rest of their life unabated ever again. Not, there will be struggle, but not the things that they've struggled in the last fucking years. I said she works 7 fucking days a week. 7 fucking days. She lost her job because of this shit. So, Marshall, I hold you 100% culpable, liable, accountable, and I know you know where the fuck she's at, too. You know something about her, too, because her car's at your fucking house. Was it because I told you that Adriana, I would talk to her eventually and find out about this metal? Did you fucking... Where is Adriana Masse? I've asked this already. I've already put this out. Where is my daughter? Where the fuck is my daughter? I want to know. Somebody help me, please. I'm going to keep doing this. Somebody's going to hear this. Nobody heard it the first time, whatever. I'm not going to just sit around and be quiet about it, though. My daughter could be fucking tied up by this fucking prick. He said to me once again, guys, oh, well, I know somebody that knows your... Is that what he was saying? Did he know Adriana? Did he call her and bring her down? I don't know what this fucking motherfucker's up to, but I can guarantee I can catch him with about 100 fucking lies now. And you got to imagine I was concussed. I was concerned for my kids, my animal. I just wasn't in the right. Now I'd had enough time to think, why the fuck would he hold my dog and come back with 30 plus fucking ticks, face all fucked up, it just fucked up and hold my dog for that long? Did he not look at him and see what was going on with my dog? I mean, he was in bad shape, guys. He was not in good shape. And why would he tell me, come pick your shit up? Marshall had my silver and he's a liar. And I think I've gotten to the bottom of it. And it sucks that the cops didn't figure this shit out and that they haven't already gotten to figure this out. But I do know it's a felony right now. You know, and I can't get anywhere with this because nobody will do anything. They'll push felonies against me, but they won't go bust fucking Marshall for stealing my passport and my silver, and nobody will look in to see if my daughter's dead, tied up, cut in fucking pieces, already fed to fucking some animals. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Why hasn't nobody called me about these? These are my fucking kids, man. You ruthless motherfuckers on the other side of the family on both sides. You guys are fucking animals. If any of these people, and I don't know, Adriana's family, or anybody, why had nobody called me to let me know about these I put my ass on the line for both of them to try to help them both. And I'm paying fucking seriously, physically damaged, everything. This is insane. You know, so I I'm not going to sit around and be fucking quiet about this. I will not go silently into the fucking night. I'm not that guy. You can't tell me not to serve. I'm a veteran. I joined the goddamn military at 17 fucking years old. I'm fucking accustomed to serving. So I'm going to keep serving them. And it's obviously, that's why I'm facing goddamn felony charges, because I'm trying to fucking help somebody. I am facing felony fucking charges now because I try to help people. I have my silver stolen. I have to fucking lose everything. I don't see everything. I have to lose my fucking life. As these people, always somebody takes from me and they get to just live their normal fucking lives. Well, in this case, Elijah's life isn't normal right now. This dude has to look over his back the whole time, or he's locked up, dead, or something. Why won't anybody tell me? And I brought up into court, in open court, did you kill my son? Dan Spencer, I said, what do you have to do? Where is Elijah at? Where do you have something, Elijah, to do with his disappearance? Dan Spencer, I think he potentially too. He's an absolute fucking motive. He represented me and Elijah in court. That's illegal. And he knows goddamn good and well what he did was wrong. That's why he requested to be removed as Elijah's attorney way back in fucking June. Before Elijah ever fucking disappeared. Supposedly he was on the phone in October, but went missing in September. It's bullshit. Their whole fucking timeline is a wreck. So once again, throwing about a bunch of curse words. This is an adult stream, so shouldn't be any kids in here anyways. Apologize, but I'm not sorry for anything. So anyways, I need to focus on this a little bit. I'm going to spend a few more days, and I'm going to start again. I need, Father's going to provide. If somebody's going to go down there, you could sit there and jerk your chain and just listen to me fucking, I'm not, it's fine. I'm okay. I know Father created all things, but I just don't, it's hard to sit around and watch people do nothing. So that's why I'm going to exit this country, because that's all this country is. Nobody does shit about this country, and that's why it is the way it is. So I don't want a part of it. I'm proof that you're guilty until fucking proven otherwise. And they'll physically maim your body, your animals, your house. They'll fuck you up just like we fuck up every nation for 50 plus years, and nobody gives a fuck in this country. We are the bad guy, and I don't want to be where they're the bad guy. I think this country is going to get nuked very soon. They're going to pull a bunch of fake alien bullshit. This is the encampment, and you're not going to escape it because it's all flesh, but this will probably be the absolute fucking worst place to be. The encampments of the saints will go from the Canada border, which will be turned over to Alaska. Yeah, Cottage Grove, Garbage Grove. That's where I'm at. I'm in Silver Lake, Oregon. So sorry to hear in Portland, but that place sucks. It used to be one of the most beautiful cities, guys. If you do the history of you research, Portland was a fucking mega. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't even understand what Portland used to be. It used to be such a unique place. Actually, nobody even knew about Portland when I moved to this. Well, they did, but it just didn't get overrun by Crips and Bloods. And I was in Oregon, was in Portland in the 80s and said, early 81, 80. I seen Portland that people have never seen. Portland used to be a beautiful city. And I know even in the 80s and the 90s, almost into 2000, you could walk around the city. A woman is what I'm saying. A woman could walk alone in the city. That's how I judge a city. If a woman could walk alone, and that's always the option, but even up almost until 2000, the city of Portland was a really neat, I hate cities, but I was born in one of the largest cities in the world. So I know cities better than most people. But Portland was a very unique place because it was like a hub, if you will, of the Pacific Northwest. Obviously, they had the ports in Seattle and whatnot. But so you know what I'm talking about, what I'm saying. It was such a unique place. Portland was just such a very unique, set apart. There wasn't another city like it, to be honest with you. And people have forgotten that Portland history, which sucks because it's this wokeism bullshit. It just was destroyed in the 2000s when the Crips and Bloods, a bunch of busters came up. A bunch of fucking true. There's a difference between a buster and, or let me put it this way. A wannabe and a gonna be is two different things. A wannabe is somebody at any day in the street said, pull your fucking pants up. You ain't fucking Pyru, bitch. You ain't even black. You're not a blood. There's no such thing other. You have to be black to be a blood. You're fucking going to get whacked. Pull your fucking pants up and put that rag in your pocket. And I used to go up to Portland and give them a hard time. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, dude, I grew up in Los Angeles, California. These are wannabes. A gonna be will do something. They'll fucking jump in, kill a man. There's a difference. So there was some true gang members that came up, Pyru, couple Bloods, more. Crips can be any nationality. You cannot be a blood and be white. These people don't know the gang culture. I grew up in this shit. So I that's what I'm saying. I watched it happen in Portland. And this is what took over Portland. Because before these red and blue rags moved in, and I gave people a hell. I used to go from Eugene. I lived in Lane County and drive the fuck up there and would do it in Lane County too. I did it all the time. Like, take your shit back to fucking LA. You ain't even from there. You're a fucking buster. You ain't shit. You're going to get killed. flying a rag like that where you don't even represent. You don't understand what the fuck you're doing. For your safety, tuck that rag and put it in your face, whatever, got in a couple, whatever. But I was trying to help Portland because there was none of that in Portland, guys. Not real. And then it happened, guys, just like it did in LA. I watched it happen on the streets of fucking Los Angeles. I was a kid in the fucking 80s and it did multiple things. I watched it. It didn't have to take long in Portland before. Just like, okay, you have a red rag. Here's prostitutes and here's guns. And okay, here's fucking a blue rag. Now you have drugs and guns and boom, watch them, overnight. War. And it didn't take long. And I'm not saying Portland is the worst city because just like Los Angeles, where I was born, there's good places and bad places. But man, I miss the Portland of the historical place that was a very unique, not like any other city. It had a lot to do with the mill and the river that runs through there and the ports. It was just, fuck Portland. I hate Portland now because if it wasn't for Portland, nobody would even know about Eugene. When I was in Eugene, when I worked the Olympics, just to show you how little people knew, to give you validity when I'm saying about this change. In 2002, I worked for Campbell Ewald. That's the largest marketing firm for Chevy, and I did the Olympic torch relay. And I went to all 48 states, here on the mainland, and we did it in 65 days. Okay. I was their overnight manager. I took care of every operation from, 8 p.m. till 8 a.m. I ran the whole overnight skeleton crew. They call me the ghost crew or whatever. So I was their overnight operation for the Olympic torch relay. I had a massive job and I got paid a chunk of fucking money to do it. More than I've ever been paid on any job by far. But I don't make that kind of money. My brothers work for NASCAR and all that bullshit. My family's very wealthy, but I chase used boards and the word and time to trade it for knowledge. So, but either way, like I said, in 2000s, during that time, this is the same time as the Olympic torch relay. I would tell people I was from Oregon, and I even remember being in Washington, I think it was, and somebody asked me, well, Oregon, where is Oregon? Which state is that in? Which state? And I heard that on the other, but in Washington, the state above it, people were just, you can get very isolated by state. Not two states or none of them are like. There's no United States. They're all very different. Every one of them's different. Been to all of them. Every major city. I've been traveled. Father's given me the blessing to move around. It's hard to nail my feet to the floor. So at that time, I would tell people I was from Oregon, and they didn't know where Oregon was at. And what city is that? Oh, that's over there by Canada, huh? They just couldn't pinpoint it. So Oregon was quite the secret too. And Portland was a beautiful city before then. And it really was a very safe city. You could walk around all times of the hours, day and night, beautiful, very open and inviting, good people, a little more Portlandia towards that. But, and I'm not against people being open-minded. And I don't mean like liberal hippie, but, the true liberalism, you want to see the most, Oregon has the epitome. Probably Eugene, Oregon, Lane County, Oregon is the epitome of a hipster hippie. This modern day bullshit. They're not hippies. They're fucking hippies that don't stink, I guess, that take a shower or something. I don't know. Not all hippies stink too. See what I'm saying? People have the wrong idea what a hippie is. They're like, okay, well, you got to wear Birkenstocks. You got to have dreads and you got to drive a Subaru. Correct? What's the matter? And then that moved up. You had that up there too, kind of that Portlandia. It's Eugene. That's a Eugene thing too. So the same whole thing with this I-5 corridor to the northwest, that kind of moved in. And when that whole Portlandia kind of, and then the gang, the city went to shit. There's still some really nice, beautiful places to visit Portland though. Don't run away from the city itself, because there's visually very beautiful pockets all throughout the city. Yeah, there's all these others. See, that's what I don't like now. You bring in all this liberalism, and that's why. Give a fuck how you dress. I don't care what you drive. It's the taxes. It's the liberalism that brings in and all this bullshit. It's just a mess, guys. It's a fucking mess. The city just used to be one of the most people I know don't know anything about Portland at all. that are from Oregon. It's crazy. Oregonians I meet, they're like, you're not even Oregonian, man. I know, but I've been organized. I've been, I've been to all 50 states. I can live in any state. I've been here, and I know more about this state than most people have been here. I know about most other countries. To be like, God damn, I'm from Poland. I don't even know that much about Poland. So, but I do want to point out, because I rag Portland. I don't think I've ever given Portland any props at all. All I do is rag Portland. I do. I'm like, fuck Portland, man. If we didn't have Portland, nobody even know about Oregon for a long time, guys. Seriously. If that never happened to Portland, this place was a gem. That's why I live here. Nobody knew about Oregon. We got some, whatever. We got the BCs coming from the north. You got the Cali and Humboldt County. It was a great place. We got all 4 seasons, and I used to come up here and get the best cannabis too, guys. Honestly, whatever it is. I know that I'm just saying there was a lot of it here. It wasn't like what you're saying. It was just, this is before legalization, before medical and all that. So, cannabis helps my back. I've had scoliosis since I was very young. I've always had issues with pinched nerves and things like that. And, when I found cannabis as something to help my back, once I found Oregon too, I don't want to just make it about that. People didn't know that the best cannabis came out of Oregon, hands down. I lived in Alaska. I've been up there. I know. My mom's husband had connections with Crow in Alaska and stuff too. I'm not saying Alaska, but so you know what I'm saying when I'm talking about. You remember what I'm saying? Shh. Like, where do you get that fire from? Can't tell you. It's a secret. It was all from Oregon. And all the high times. The number 1 THC is coming out of Alaska. We're like, good stuff up there too. So that's what I missed, the 90s, like what we're saying here, where all the BC was coming, a little BC, but the BC wasn't as good to me as, OSB, Oregon skunk, or any of these true strains that stayed here in the Pacific Northwest, in the Oregon area, and whatever. And it was just a very unique place because it was pretty open-minded. And like I say, you can go out in the woods and puff on a little cannabis, and people really wouldn't freak out about it and stuff, even though it wasn't legal and stuff. And it's horrible now, guys. Nice. So you remember what I'm saying then? What a unique place Oregon was, huh? In the 90s. 2000s and stuff. Nobody even knew this state was here. It's like we were a secret, we could do whatever we wanted. No, within, I'm saying, and we had all this beautiful country, Portland down to Klamath, down to, the eastern side of near Idaho, all the way down to, whatever, Ontario. What a beautiful state this is, man. Sucks that we have you guys you want to see what's going on with this state. Look at the last voting of Tina Kotek, the Kotex, the tampon, whatever that liberal puke is that's in there right now. I smack the fuck out of that cunt. Seriously, she didn't call me back. I called her and told her to call me about these fucking stupid cops out here. So fuck that dry tampon. Shove it up your what, lady. But anyways, she's a tyrant. And if you look at the vote on this, of the vote of Tina Kotex, the tampon lady, well, if it was down, flush it brown. You could stick it up your ass if you'd like. I don't care. Flush it down. It's brown. So I protested Kate Brown when I was here. That's why the government don't like me, by the way. Yeah, I did. I protested the governor, and Donald Trump during the VidCo. 1 is A and 9 is I, the COVID AI. So don't call it COVID-19 anymore. Call it the AI jab, because that's what 1 is 9, right? No, 9 is I, A is 1, AI 119. Get it? Because of the time change. All right. Anyway, so now it's mRNA in 48 hours. Government loves you. So anyways, look at this governor's race of Tina Kotek. I can't remember what the Republicans' name, and it don't matter. I hate them all. I don't hate them. I hate the parties. So if you look at the map, though, of how actually this state is laid out, and with this greater Idaho movement, you will see that's the exact voter base of this country. It's just like there's a teeny tiny amount in Portland where what's the matters, from up there, a little bit in Eugene, Corvallis, Lynn, all these counties, Multnomah, and the whole rest of the state was fucking red. and they still gave it to Kotex, the tampon. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the whole state's fucking red, and they've got these little tiny 2 blots over there, and they still gave it to that stupid tampon. So, I'm gonna go 1 hour, one direction. The Gorge, Grand Canyon, Mountain Beach, Desert, Rainforest, down to the biggest rivers in the world. Yep, the Columbia and the Willamette, right? The Willamette. No, just kidding. It's not the Willamette. Eugene, where's the Willamette River at? You passed it's down there by Sepulveda Boulevard down there in LA. So anyways, love it, guys. Just love it. This state was and probably the last state. I've never bought property, guys, in any other state ever. Never bought property. And this is the only state I actually bought property in. So it's the only state that equals 33 in gematria too. And the oldest clothing on this rock was found right here, right in my backyard. And Oregon is the oldest place in the Northern Hemisphere. It will be just a matter of time before they come out and tell you where I'm at right now is the oldest place on this rock. It outdates anything in the Southern Hemisphere. Why did they find the oldest clothing ever found right here? Cow Cave. Like I said, I can blow a snot rock and the dirt devil might blow it right over there to, he said snot rock. But anyways, all right, mocos in your cabeza. All right, anyways, you're clogged up. Anyway, all right, Cow Cave. All right, cows chew the cud, splits the hoof. All right, careful there, snot rocks. But anyways, hey, cow, bull, bell, ball, camel. It'd be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man through the gates of heaven. And they just found an 18,000-year-old camel tooth right here. Camels in Oregon? Remember Cheech and Chong? Man, I didn't know they had Arabs in Turkey. All right, it's just Cheech and Chong. Up in smoke, that's where my... No. Anyways, grow your own. So food, vegetables, and become your own power source and get off this AI apple jab. 1 is A, 9 is I. So in this nation state that I'm in here, corporation state with this 33rd, why does it equal 33? Salem, remember? All the eclipses started in Salem, Jerusalem. Huh, interesting. Salem, Oregon. All right, anyways, this is the oldest place, and they will eventually announce it. So, because they already did say Oregon is the oldest place in the Northern Hemisphere. Cat's out of the bag. So, and they did announce they found this encampment over here in Riley where they found that camel tooth. But the oldest clothing, they've taken them from here, and there was not just one. There were sandals that they were made sandals, and they were the oldest clothing ever found. And they outdate anything on this rock. So this is a very unique place, Oregon, and most people don't know shit from Shinola. And actually, at one point in time, I don't remember, exactly. What the average was, but I do know more people when I worked the Olympics for Chevrolet in 2002, and I hit all 48 states in 65 days. More than 3/4 of the state could not tell me locate Oregon on a map. And I loved that. So very unique place. Most people still to this day. And if we didn't have the ducks, duck you. So duck somebody you love. So I don't even do football, but it's just kind of a thing here. The Oregon Ducks are so good that they don't even need a professional football team, which is just a tax-exempt corporation doing a halftime satanic ritual anyways. But Oregon with Bellotti and, back in the day, we spread offense, Chip Kelly. The Ducks changed football. So I quack daddy, bitch, duck a friend, all right? So, yeah, duck somebody you love. Duck an A, duck a B, where at it, duck the whole alphabet. So notice the Ducks this year, huh? Didn't get their championship. It was already written. Maybe next year, huh? It's a script. It's all going. They are very talented, though. We had players from the NFL come here to Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, and go, we don't have fucking shit like this in the NFL, dude. This is insane. I know we wear new uniforms every game. Phil Knight, Nike, and Barry never came. Barry and Reggie. Who's Barry and Reggie? Can anybody tell me who Barry and Reggie is? Barry and Reggie, they came to, there's O of U and U of O. U of O is in Eugene. O of U is in Corvallis. Reggie came here. He played for the Beavers. He did. twice Barry came here with Reggie, his husband, and they visited Corvallis Research Stadium. Why didn't they go see that Phil Knight kids selling tennis shoes in little camps, buildings, tennis shoes, IOUs and tennis shoes? That's what we kill each other over now. It used to be gold and silver, kingdoms and queens and serfdoms and nations and royalty. Now they fight over IOUs and Chinese tennis shoes. But anyways, Phil Knight. How come Barry and Reggie, not Michael? Who's Michael? Why do you say Michael? That's not his name. So anyways, remember the one with an Adam's apple? So he came and visited Oregon and never went to visit Phil Knight. Why? Nike, change your uniform every day like your wife. Well, kind of like the wheels on your truck. They were too small. You treat your women like wheels, son. Well, her titties, the ones were too small, so you wouldn't got bigger ones. So kind of like new uniforms every day. These women are always on this new. So, but anyways, how come Barry didn't come visit Phil? So people don't like me in Oregon too. The state of Oregon hates me. I do think I am the enemy of the state. I do think there is one person in the state that is really pissed off. The state police, the county, the governors, Wyden, all of them. They know who I am because I've been pushing on this state for quite some time. And because of these historical record, they don't like pointing out the hypocrisy of this state. And so I could potentially be the biggest problem in the state right now. So fuck you, state of Oregon. You ain't shit. I care about the people in this state, not your fucking stupid legislature and all your bullshit. Doesn't even add up. Most people don't even want to be a part of this blue shit in Portland and fucking Corvallis and Eugene, but yet we got Kotex. So stick it up your Kate Brown and flush it down. Don't flush those things down the toilet, lady. Those are bad. They'll clog up the system. So anyways, butt plug or other plug. Hey, I'm being ruthless, aren't I? No, I'm being truthful. If we didn't have all this stupid liberalism and this, stupid politics, Oregon was an absolute gem and still is in many ways, but poly meaning many, tick meaning bloodsucker, politics, many bloodsuckers have just overrun this bullshit, kind of like 8 families control the whole world right now. It's the banksters basically who are, there is no government. It's the banks who control these governors. And that's all through this liberal movement brought in by the dragon starting in the 80s and 90s. So Oregon was a place where they get people like this, communist Kate Brown or communist Tina Kotex, or all of these people. They're outright, they rule from the top. There's no changes that are made. So and they just keep being more and more taking the state's rights away and making more unconstitutional laws, not even adjudicated through House Congress. Not even the proper procedures are done through any of these laws. So this state isn't unique, but I'll tell you, I could have lived in any state in the last 20 years, and I wouldn't want to live in any other state. Now I don't want to even live in Oregon right now. So I don't want to be in America anymore. I hate America. America sucks. America's the worst, most dangerous place to be on this rock right now. There is not a more dangerous place to be than America. You're biased because you live here. No, it's not. Yes, it is. They have the CIA, the FBI, the DOJ. Why haven't they gotten involved in my fucking case? I have proof that this fucking cops out here are selling meth to the fucking farmer's son, and he gets busted on the job doing meth. After all these years, I got that right. Nobody's came to me. The feds, hey, Tracy. Dude, look. First of all, don't call me fucking Tracy. But the feds have never come and talked to me. Well, since this incident, I've obviously known the feds know who I am, but they're pieces of shit is what they are. And that's why, there's no protection in this country from your constitution. It's all impeded by these fucking fake alphabet soup agencies. And then you've got the state police. Fuck all these state police. They're enforcing what is called commerce, crimes of commerce under revised statutes. I don't give a fuck what state you're in. Put the number of the state or the letter in front of it, and that's your revised statute. That's criminal code, not original Title 18 criminal statute. So it's not even constitutional. So all these stupid fucking state laws and shit, they're not even constitutional. So they're not to be followed. They're repugnant to the Constitution, and we're not supposed to follow any law that is repugnant to the Constitution. I don't give a fuck if it's state, federal, whatever. It's bullshit. So no state troopers or have any idea what they're fucking doing. I should have killed those 2 state troopers. Dead. I would not feel bad. Whatever, I'd be following, but I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that the thought never crossed my mind. John Mogul's an absolute fucking prick. And the cops didn't do anything when there still could be something he left on my property. Tracking device, something that's sitting out, in the bushes that I didn't see. They didn't fucking arrest John Mogul. John Mogul is very lucky to be alive today. If he'd have been on any other property, he'd fucking have that hole in your head disease. Out here in any other driveway. 18 times I told that dude to exit my fucking property. He's still breathing today. Walking around looking like fucking Chunk from Goonies. Baby Ruth, that's what he looks like. Look on the video. I live streamed the whole thing. Should have shot that prick dead. Maybe then my son would be fucking know where he's at, huh? Maybe I should have shot fucking Marshall when he lied to me, when I knew he was lying to me in my face. Never had any fucking plans to shoot Marshall, did I? Nope. I don't want to shoot anybody. I want to farm. Didn't you see my fucking chicken in here earlier, assholes? So fuck you. Fuck this country. America sucks. It's the most dangerous nation to be in. Sheriff's office. You know how many deputies and sheriffs that run around heavily armed and will fucking kill you if you don't listen to them? How's that a safe place to be? Fuck you. You're a bootlicker. They'll only not shoot you because you'll give them your fucking license and do whatever the fuck you're told and lick their boot. Yes, you will. You'll vote. You're a bootlicker. If you voted, fucking get out of here. Did you vote? Or one of you 10 here? Get the fuck out of here. Now! Get out of here! I don't fucking sup with vipers. Leave. If you're a red or blue, lollipop, Democrat, mass murderer, and chief, which one did you vote for? So I don't do this shit. I don't play this bullshit. If it was, the democratic process is part of the original Constitution. Voting on things, it's not a fucking democracy. But I could walk down the street right now and say, hey, 51% of the people said you have to dye your hair beard fucking pink and wear a fucking tutu. Shut up, 49%. Here's your tutu. Here's your hair dye. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, 49%. That's called mob rule. Oh, it's 51 to 49. Let's just pay off these 3 schmucks and we got it back in our favor. Serfdom by executive order. All these executive orders, Donald Trump, Barry, all these presidents, these aren't constitutional. Unless it goes through the House, Congress, and the Senate. Congress makes the laws, not fucking presidents. House doesn't make, the House brings them up on, it's bullshit, guys. This fucking America is a corporation. And then you've got your city fucking cops. So you got city, county, deputies, sheriffs, and the fucking state. And you're worried about MS-13 or Trans-Delaware? Get the fuck out of here. This is the most dangerous place to be in the fucking world right now. It is. I mean, yeah, you're fucked if you're outside the United States. If you don't pay for oil, they'll send a veteran like me to kill your fucking kids. And your women, too. Not even your finest, your battle-dressed uniformed men. 18 to 30, the best of the best. Send them for banksters fucking wars. George Washington went on the front line. Trump ain't going shit. He'll do it from a joystick. He's a fucking sellout punk prick, and I guarantee you, me and Trump will roll again. Not in physical. Nope. But I know who Donald Trump knows. He knows who the fuck I am. Oh, that's a pretty big... Well, whatever. The feds knew I am, and that's why they won't do shit. If the feds are shit, show up today, you fucking pieces of shit. Show up today, let's make a fucking deal. I ain't taking a charge. No fucking way will I take a charge. Maybe I won't sue the federal government. Maybe. If they'll come today and do something, and they won't. They're chicken shits, and they've known for fucking years. They will not show up at this house, at this property. And if they do, they better show up with a warrant. I will be fucking shooting the next man that does not execute a proper warrant, or woman. I don't give a fuck who they are. Man or woman, you bring somebody on this property again, and I've already 100% said I didn't shoot those state troopers. I didn't shoot John Mogul. If you come on this property again without a warrant, executed properly, I will protect myself because I've already been scarred, maimed, my animal's been, I still haven't been able to fix my fucking windows. So fuck you. You see that hole that you put in me? or that fucking you put in my windows, there's 2 holes, and then I'll put the same goddamn fucking holes, one in your chest and one in your head, feds. Go, don't come to the edge of my property, and we can make a negotiation. See those holes? I'll put that same fucking hole in your chest. You come on this property. I will protect myself. So let me leave so I can get off this fucking property and go to a place, because when I leave, I'll leave all my arms here. I will not be armed. I'll only have my First Amendment right, but I will protect my property. I will not let you fucking hurt my animals again. I'll fucking shoot you before you get close to my animals. It's not a threat, guys. They fucking have my son, and they know where he's at. The feds know something. The state fucking knows something. The county knows something. Dan Spencer knows something. They know something, and they're not fucking telling me whether my son is dead or alive. Why come nobody gives a shit? Swap my fucking house and not even give me any counsel. Do nothing for 9 fucking months. Fuck these people. I will protect my property now. And under Title 18, under the original Title 18 statutes, I have the right to deem necessary force, and I'm not playing this time. I am armed. I have arms, and I didn't use them last time. 3 dead men on my property, and I didn't shoot them. So it's not a threat. Well, he won't do it this time. Maybe I won't, but maybe I will use my 4th Amendment fucking right. And if I think that you're going to cause, I have the right under the 4th Amendment to be scared. I have the right of self-defense. Fuck you. I have the right of self-defense, affirmative defense to protect myself. You've already came one time and fucking swatted this house. You have had all the chance to put up your fucking evidence trial. 9 fucking months, you've done nothing. I will protect this house. Is that what you want? You need a bigger, they want me to do something physical, guys. Plan some fucking attack, hurt somebody, shoot. That's what they fucking did. They planned an attack to come out here and kill me. I'm not planning on killing anybody. I'm planning on exiting the fucking country. You know, I've heard this for so many years. If you don't like it, then leave. I'm trying. I'm trying to do this without having, you know, another fucking SWAT incident. You know, the feds ought to pull their fucking heads out of their ass, because they're liable too. When this SWAT raid was called out, I had already called the federal government and told them about this sheriff's office out here. The feds were made goddamn good and well of the fucking, all the shit going on in this county. So how come Tom gets busted doing fucking meth? Yes, I'm already leaving. How the fuck do you not listen, man? That's fine, Don. I'm leaving to Ecuador. It's a constitutional republic. Ecuador. I'd like to exit the United States. I want an exit, or I will sue the fuck out of this government if you don't come kill me. And I have a breath. I will continue, as I said, to the day I die, to protect my son to the death from going to prison. This time, if you come on this property, I'll fucking shoot you to protect myself. You better come with a warrant, and it better be exit. You better not like last time. Why are you here? You better say why you're here. And you better not hit me in the fucking face at 45 fucking seconds. If you're going to come hot, just fucking shoot me already, you fucking pricks. So, fuck this bullshit, dude. Fuck this country. My case, I have a case why I should be able to leave without any fucking resistance. I am going to sue the fucking United States corporation. I am seeking, as a pastor, as a religious man, as a religious refugee, I am willing to leave everything but these 4 books here and leave, and my dog, nothing but I will take my dogs and my fucking books. Let me leave. I can still help the people in this country, but I am going to sue the living fuck out of this corporation for what they've done to my son. In court, legally, they need it. Somebody's got to be held accountable. You don't SWAT a man's house and charge him with hindering prosecution without looking into why I am hindering you to prosecute my son. You charge me with the charge, hindering. You're not letting us arrest Elijah. I know he did his fucking hours you said he didn't do. You have now the burden of proof to prove he didn't do them. And he didn't do additional hours, and he did. There's too many witnesses. So I am not going to stand down quietly now. I'm going to make a motherfucking scene until I'm out of here. So they either come pick me up, ship me to Guantanamo Bay. I hear the fuck. I'm not going to stop. I will not stop. I will not stand down. I will soon leave this property unarmed. And if they fucking stop me, I don't care. I'll go peacefully. Not peacefully, but I'll go without resistance. So I'm not going to do anything stupid, guys. I have no motive to do anything other than to leave the country because I don't want to get killed. I don't want my animals to get hurt. I want to stay alive. Now, I mean, I don't. Remember, I'm ready. But no, this is inspiring. I met a man that would do the same thing. He said that to me. Let's pick up the books and go. We don't need this. Take our animals and go. I shouldn't be able to leave the fucking country. This motherfucker's got my passport. And I know where it's at. So somebody get my goddamn passport from Marshall. You got my passport, you motherfucking prick. When you watch this shit, because I know I'm going to keep blogging about you, Marshall. Every day it's going to be about you, motherfucker, because my daughter's car is at your fucking house. Until somebody goes to Marshall's house and fucking John Finn on YouTube or on Facebook. Oh, I just gave away your Facebook. John Finn is his name on Facebook. I won't give his last name out, but I'll give you one more chance, Marshall. I asked you to return my passport, you fucking prick. I know you have it. You're lying. It's a federal offense to hold it. I want a picture of it immediately being sent, and I won't give out your last name because you're going to have the fucking cops at your door very soon. You're going to have the feds at your fucking door very soon. You can't keep fucking doing this shit, man. You can't. My daughter's car's there, and you said you had no contact with her. You didn't know anything about her. I asked you where my son's truck is at. You said you sold it to him. You said he refused to take your phone calls. Now, did you talk to him or not? You talked to him, you motherfucker. You know you sent when I came down there, see, this is what's so crazy, guys. I went down there to pick up my fucking dog and told him, hey, I'm going to talk to Adriana eventually. And if she tells me, one of you took my silver. One of you did, and I will talk to her. And then you called me, Marshall, the next day or something, and said you found my passport to clear your conscience. Now return the passport because it's a federal offense. It's a federal offense. I'm going to go around. If I can't get help, somebody's going to help me. Watch, Marshall. Somebody's going to make a call. There was anonymous callers before to the police department, and they made action to come against me. How much you want to make a friendly wager? Because there's no such thing as luck. I know you have my passport. I know you never went and took it to the fucking mailbox or to the post office. You never mailed it. And when I tried to give you one last chance, play your bullshit, because I've had problems at that post office. Oh, it could still be here because I don't take care of the mail. You hit me with your Cali story again. Don't ever say Cali to me again, Marshall. Don't say Cali to me again, you piece of shit. That was that stupid fucking excuse you used. I'm going back and forth to Cali and I got to get this. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Return my passport. It's a federal offense to hold my passport. Tell the cops where Elijah's at. You said you knew somebody that would know where could talk to Elijah and you would get a hold of me in 1 week. And when I called you back in 1 week, because I know you were fucking lying to me, you asked me, your immediate thing is, what's going on with Elijah? Why would you tell me I know somebody? And you knew how hurt I was. When I saw Elijah's car, they're like, Marshall, I thought he was here, man. Whoa, what the hell? And then I sat down and you said to me, well, I know somebody that knows Elijah that I could get a hold of it. It'll take a week, but I'll get a hold of you. And I said, every day by my goddamn phone, knowing you're lying to me. And then a week goes by. So I contact you and you say, hey, what's going on with Elijah? You're going to ask fucking me what's going on with Elijah. And I tell you, I don't know anybody, Marshall. There's nobody I know. Nobody can fucking nothing, Marshall. Nothing. You're the only one, Marshall. You're the only one, Marshall. Okay, man, I think I know somebody can get a hold. I know somebody get a hold of me. It'd take me. I'm thinking, why? Why not fucking call right now? I'm sitting right here in fucking front of you. Okay, I'll play your fucking game. You're a lying piece of shit. Sit there and fucking lie to my face. Tell me, well, I know somebody can get a hold of him, and I'll get a hold of you. And then a week goes by, and then I call you, and you ask me what is going on with my son. That is insane. That's a slap to the fucking face is what it is. So you're not going to slap me anymore. I'm not going to fucking be around, you prick. I can't believe this guy. I cannot fucking believe my own folly. Maybe if I would have just shut up about the fucking metal, Adriana would still be around. Maybe her car wouldn't be down there at his house. Because Adriana is I know too, she's gone too. It's not just Elijah. So they went together. I think they may have showed up to fucking Marshall's house. Maybe together. I don't think so. That's not what he said. But he said that she went to pick up her car in Cottage Grove, Oregon. Why the fuck would he go up to Cottage Grove to pick it up? I bet you there's no video footage, cellular data showing, no satellite footage of. Adriana probably drove that car to that fucking house. Maybe Elijah did. I don't fucking know. But I don't believe his story in Cottage Grove at all. It's bullshit. Just like everything he said to me since my son has gone to fucking jail is bullshit. It's all lies. It's all this man has done is lied to me. And he knows something. So this is my lead, and I'm going to stay on this until it's pulled out. So I can't do it by myself. It's going to take somebody else calling, though. Somebody's going to have to call the state of Oregon and say, this guy, his son could have gotten murdered. His daughter, you guys obviously fucking know about it. And this is where his son's car is at. You can see it. Now, I'll probably already move it because I already said it. You can see it from the I-5. He could have both of them tied up right now and go in there and kill them because he's like, oh, shit, they're going to come and he's going to panic and he could run and he could go on the run or something. He shaved his fucking head and he had hair longer than Jesus. Oh, he's had hair. I was like, fucking, whoa, short hair. What? And used the excuse that it was too hot. Too hot. We didn't have a hot season that hot, guys. It's been a lot hotter over here. The heat dome in the last, like 2 or 3 years ago was much hotter than it, bullshit. Why is his haircut too? You're reading into too much. I'm giving you the details. The devil is in the details. So I'm on this motherfucker and I know he knows something. And I just think it's so ironic that there's just nobody who cares about him other than me. Why has nobody from Adriana's family contacted me, somebody to let me know these two are okay? I have no ill intent. I don't want to hurt them. I tried to help them. I want to know that they're okay and breathing. Remember, Marshall? I know somebody knows. I'll get a hold of you in a week. I'll let you know. Then call him. What's going on with Elijah? Fuck you, Marshall. So I think I know what did it, guys. And I think I have everything to do with it. And I didn't do it on purpose like that. But I think if an investigator looked into this case and they looked at the timeline when I went down finally to get my dog after all those months, and I looked at in Marshall's face and said, I'm going to speak with Adriana. And I'm going to find out who took it, Marshall. It's one of you guys. And I don't, I really don't care about it right now, Marshall. I care more about my dog. So, nah. This motherfucker's in on it, and I know it. So I hope that, again, me opening up my mouth doesn't happen and get something, I think I have everything to do with that, not by my own purpose or will. But when I said to Marshall, hey, you had my silver, and then you turn your story. It don't make sense to me, Marshall, and now she has it. Because when you went there, see, the whole story that she went in and she did the metal. His story's changed, and that's what I'm saying. If they did this and pulled this into an open court and summons all his records, you're going to see he keeps changing his fucking story. So he had it the whole time, and then at the very last second, no, Adriana took it. I didn't take it. That's not what he said the whole time. And he kind of got away with it, So when I went down there to get the dog and I told him that, I think that was a major threat to him. And I think there's all the motive he needs now. Fucking stupid mouth of mine, huh? I had no intent. I had no fucking thing. I left. This motherfucker, I know he's got my silver, and he's going to turn around and tell me my daughter has it. When he told me he had it the whole fucking time. He's lying. So I call people when they lie to my face. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just hope it doesn't end up costing my son's life or my daughter's life, because that's where their vehicles were both at that property. I didn't walk the whole property. I just went, from the front to the house, the house. That truck could be anywhere on that property. It was right. That car was right where the truck was parked. So obviously he moved the car, but he said Elijah bought the truck. Why would Elijah go on the run in a yellow little fucking truck, a little Toyota pickup? I wouldn't go on the run in a yellow truck. That's fucking stupid. So I don't know. I just need safe passage out of here now. So that's why the only reason that I'm streaming now is to keep this live stream up. Maybe somebody will fucking hear it. But it's going to have to be somebody new. And I appreciate the base supporters. I'll keep trying to keep the ministry going, but I need an ear or somebody actually is going to help here and help me. I don't really, I guess I ask for help to time, but I can't do this. I can't make a call. If I call state Oregon, they won't do anything. If I call Lake County, they won't do anything. If I call the feds, they're not going to do it. I already called all these people for years. You would see if they took this in a court case and they go, oh my God, he made 500, 600, 700,000, I don't know how many calls I've made, thousands of calls, it feels like. And nobody's ever once returned my call. Pretty sad. So it's not something that I have the ability to do because I have tried hundreds, potentially thousands of times with zero results. Banging your head against the same wall over and over again, expecting different results will drive a man insane. So I'm not going to do that to myself. So Father will provide. I know he will. Everything will work out. I have no fear. You see any fear in these eyes? There's no fear. I don't fear nothing. If I fear anything, it's the Lord, then I'm not doing it by his will, and that there's some kind of will of my own and that I have some kind of motive. But I just want to grow food and grow animals and raise my animals and be left alone and eat organic food. I don't want to eat any more food in the United States of America. It's poison. So I'm leaving for food too. And I was already leaving for food. So it wouldn't be very wise to tell them you're leaving. No, I actually want passage out of here. I want the government to go ahead and get the fuck involved. Either charge me, come put another charge against me. I have made preparations for my dogs. I don't want to leave them, but I've made preparations. I have to be without my animals. It is what it is. That's the last thing I want. I want to be with my animals in Ecuador. I want to be with Chewy. I want to be with Marcy. I want to be with Pants, and I want to be with Tango, and I want to be with Kevin, and I want to be left alone. I want to raise animals and raise. There's a slug of food down there that I don't need to go to the grocery store to get fresh vegetables or they'll grow abundant. I won't struggle to grow here. I have to put an underground pit in the ground and worry about it's fine. I already paid this ministry off. So I could have got an attorney, but fuck that. They should pay. They're the ones who swatted my house. So I'm going to take a break here for a little bit. I don't have anything to do but get out of here, guys. There's nothing for me to do. You got nothing to do but to protect my son and my daughter. So you motherfuckers are for a long haul here. I'm not going to stand down. I've been 9 months. I've been fucking towing your line, and I'm not going to do this anymore. You're going to walk my line. You're going to do what the fuck I tell you, or I'm going to do what the fuck I want. And if you want to resist me, go for it. So I will. You have my word. Once again, I leave here. I'll leave unarmed. I'm not carrying any weapons on me. No weapons. I might have my utility tool or something with my pliers, but I will not have any arms on me. So once I leave this property, I don't plan on having any issues, but I'm going to sleep here until I do, knowing that if somebody comes here, I'm going to fucking eliminate them. I'm not going to let anybody do this to me anymore, or my animals. And so we'll see. Hopefully they won't do that, and they'll just come here and I'll get a call today. I'm not playing anymore. I'm going to work this angle until the fucking feds, the state of Oregon, Paul, the district attorney, somebody calls me and said, here's your way to leave, or I'm going to figure out a way to go. And it's what's so crazy about the whole thing. It's one of these other things that comes down to money. Because if I was wealthy, I could just hire a private plane and be gone, and nobody'd even know the difference. They don't log all their passengers and shit. So if somebody has a way for me to get out of here, and I'm looking into it, like I said, I'm seeking political asylum and religious asylum, or religious refugee and political refugee. I have been body damaged. My property, this High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries, is still not completely been transformed back to the original to house the animals that it once did. And actually, I have chickens coming around that gate that are getting out and stuff. I actually need to get out here and go make sure they're okay. So if you're listening, Marshall, you should put my passport immediately in the mail. You can put an apology. Don't be sorry, because I'll accept an apology from you. You better go turn yourself in or do something, because I'm on you, man. Marshall, you're my number one lead, so you know. So I know you fucking know you've been listening to this shit. You've been online a lot, and you obviously aren't doing anything. I have nothing else but to do but you, Marshall. You're my number one priority right now, to point out that I my lead and get out of here. So I'm gonna you fucking know. I know you know. So I think he already spent my silver. Maybe. So somebody brought up earlier that it could have been something, but I think he maybe still has it. I don't think he spent it. He doesn't need that's what's so crazy, is I don't really think he needed any of this shit. I just think he's doing it to there's just God's working the angle here. It's not anybody here. God wrote all things. So I seek no vengeance against Marshall at all, other than I'd like my passport, because it's a federal offense to hold my passport. So eventually, if I keep pushing on you, I'm going to keep pushing on you, Marshall, until you give up whatever it is that you're hiding. And if I have to go through whatever avenues I have here, like I said, if I even get out of the country, I'm still going to pursue you, Marshall. You have put down your own evidence, just like the cops. So when they look at my statements, when they look at yours, when they go back and they look at all this, Marshall, your shit stinks to high heaven. So you might want to fucking go ahead and clean yourself up right now. Cut your losses while you can, and get, if there's anything here left, you should send the passport. That's a federal offense. You admitted to having it. Will there be any video footage of you taking it to the fucking post office? I don't think you can produce a date and a time that you did. If you did, you should fucking start getting that together, because I'm going to, that's a major thing for me. Holding my passport, but just the silver is one thing, but holding my passport back was a whole nother fucking animal. So that could have given me potentially safe passage out of here already. So you're holding me back now. Every day that you don't send me my fucking passport, you've held me back now. And that's I don't want to be here. And that's one day they can come kill me. So if I had my passport, I could leave right now. And so the best thing for you to do is to send me a picture of it. If you actually send me a picture of it, I won't pursue anything else other than you should probably figure out what's going on with the metal. Like I said, it is what it is, and what you're going to do about what happens when they figure out that you had it and that Adriana didn't have it. And that's why you fucking possibly killed my daughter, or you have her there at that property, because that's why I believe her car is there. She bought the car from you. I don't buy that bullshit story. And if it is, my apologies, but I don't buy it. I don't think Elijah fucking bought that truck from you and drove away and went on the run in a yellow truck. That makes no fucking sense. And if they needed money, why would they buy a car? I thought they would spend it on that money that she paid. I don't see it. All of it's a wash. Your story stinks to fucking high heaven. You stole my fucking silver and you know it, or you still have it. So if you still have it, the best thing to do is return it before. And the fucked up thing is, they're going to go to the coin shop when Elijah fucking, oh, dude, that's what I'm going to do, Marshall. How about that? I know. I got you, you motherfucker. I got you, Marshall. I got you, bitch. I got you, you fucking punk bitch. I made and have told people on this channel for years to form a relationship with your local coin service. There's only one place you could have sold the coins, Marshall, and they're going to tell me whether you fucking went in that store or not. And they're going to tell me how much fucking silver was sold to them, Marshall. See, there'll be a fucking receipt. There's cameras in there, Marshall. Yes, there is. Did you go with Adriana? Did you take her there? That's what you said. But you said you had it. How much silver was sold, Marshall? Guess what? There'll be record of that, you fucking prick. You fucking prick, dude. I got you. Why didn't I think about that already? Build a relationship with your local coin service. They took my metal there to bail my son out, and they'll have a fucking video footage of how much. You better be accountable, Marshall. See, now things are getting really fucking hot, huh? You feeling the heat, Marshall? All I'm doing is holding you accountable, putting your feet to the fire. I'm holding you fucking accountable for what you've done. You took Adriana there to bail Elijah out. All my gold, obviously you spent all my gold. Now you said some of my silver was spent, and they'll have record of that, Marshall. So, uh-oh. And a coin shop, they have a fucking video recorder, Marshall. You fucking nerd. You're fucked, dude. You're fucked, Marshall. You're fucked, Marshall. Did you see what I just conveyed in front of you? And I'm not trying to hurt you, Marshall. I'm just trying to hold you accountable, Marshall. You said you had my silver. So now I'll be able to figure out there'll be a receipt, Marshall. There'll be a goddamn fucking receipt, you idiot. You think you can run from this shit. You're a fucking idiot. There'll be a receipt for how much silver was sold. So I don't have to guess. I asked you and you couldn't fucking tell me. Oh, well, well, guess what? It don't matter. It don't fucking matter now. Because when I go to Mountain High Coin Shop in Bend, Oregon, they're going to have a video footage of how much silver was sold, and there'll be a fucking receipt for it too, Marshall. Yeah, they'll give you a receipt for your fucking coinage. We're talking like 10, 15, a substantial fucking amount of money. There was a receipt given. I don't know how much fucking silver you took. So you better have accountability for all of it, Marshall. Oh, are you feeling the burn on your feet? I'm going to keep coming up with more, Marshall. There's video footage. You told me Elijah argued with you the whole way back. You never said that to me until last time I talked to you. That was never said. What the fuck are you trying to set up there? What kind of motive are you setting up there? Elijah argued with you. You didn't fucking say that. You never mentioned that. Why did you change? Why do you keep changing up your stories? So there we go, guys. See that, Jordan? See how this motherfucker's going to be held accountable? He said Adriana took it. Now, they may not have who took it afterwards, but I'm going to know exactly how much metal you had. And I'll be able to account for when Adriana had it and how much she had. See, it ain't going to go away, Marshall. You keep thinking like this fucking county and shit that's going to get swept under the rug. I ain't gone away yet, have I? I'm still here because God wants me. He wants me up your fucking ass. I'm not up your ass. Fuck that. I'm going to put the feet to the fire, and I'm going to hold you accountable for what the fuck your lies. I will find out exactly how much silver was fucking sold. It was mine. I can prove it. I had a local. They'll know some of those coins that I bought. They know coins that I bought at that shop. I worked for years to mass that amount of metal. And now I got you fucking ass, you fucking piece of shit. You lying fucking prick. I got your ass, dude. Give me my passport back. Send it in the mail. I expect a call from the feds today, and I'm going to keep pushing you, feds, state, county. And every time I see a cop, I rip their ass. I rip these judges' ass. You ask Kevin, I will never stand down in front of one of these fucking pigs and be quiet. No, I won't. I said it the other day. Okay, let's not get and talk this in town. Lance Brown walked into the store. You fucking pig, you tyrant. I didn't say fucking. You pig, you tyrant, in the damn store. Kevin came in. So you're not supposed to be. He ripped my butt. He did. What a good man. He ripped my butt for ripping the butts police officers. Said we weren't going to do that anymore. We're just going to kind of settle for a minute. And I couldn't control my face. I stood up all the way from across and called him out as a tyrant. You're a tyrant, Lance Brown. You're a tyrant and you're a pig. You don't serve this community. And then I sat down. So, and Kevin came in and ripped my butt. So thank you, Kevin, for ripping my butt because I didn't keep my word. So it's hard for me to stop when I know tyranny is right in front of my face. A dog, when it sees evil, it barks. That's what I do. So, all right, guys, that's enough tyrannical rate. 2.5 hours. I'll be back on here. Marshall, I'm on you. I'm going to figure out more. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to stew over this. I'm going to be going to Mountain High Coin very soon, Marshall. Very soon, I'll be finding myself at Mountain High Coin, and they'll have the video footage of the day that you were there with Adriana. I expect you to be fucking accountable. Now, I know you took the metal. I will find out if Adriana did take it one day. Now, if you killed her or you have her, maybe I won't, but then the feds will eventually find out. You can't run forever, Marshall, from this. You definitely fucking lied. You 100%, I can prove probably 25, 35 times. You 100%, I have proof you lied. So you have no credibility with me whatsoever that passport was, it's bullshit. You know you fucking had it. That's why when I told you I'm going to find out, I will talk to Adriana. You obviously had a very guilty conscience and you knew goddamn well you wanted to cover your ass. And that's why you told me you had the fucking passport. And I feel like a gut, like a bird don't need to be told fly south for a winter. Chipmunk got a brain the size of a fucking pea. It's called instincts. My fucking spidey senses are tingling like a motherfucker now. I got you, Marshall. I want to see a picture of my passport. You got it. It's a federal offense to hold it. So you know, you can't hold somebody's passport. That is you're facing federal charges, Marshall. Witness says you have it. The only way that you're going to prove is if you can prove that you went down, and I'm sure they have at the post office on the day that you said you supposedly sent it. There's not going to be any footage that you took it, Marshall. The best thing you should do is put the fucking passport, expedite it to me, over fucking night at P.O. Box 921, Christmas Valley, Oregon, 97641. It better be in the mail today. You're going to face federal charges, you motherfucker. I'm going to make you, and getting out of here, my main focus. I don't have anything else to do. I don't have anything else to do but you, Marshall, and get Kevin and myself and the animals out of here safely. Period. That's it. I have nothing fucking else to do. So I will do this every day. Now, this is part of, I'm going to keep my son from going to prison. I will fight to the death. Here we go. Are you ready to battle, Marshall? Look how ahead of the game I already am than you. 5D chess, bitch. I can go there and get all this information. What evidence do you have, Marshall, that you didn't take the silver? What evidence do you have that you don't have Adriana right there? What evidence do you have that you went to fucking Cottage? Go show me some fucking evidence, and maybe I might side, but you ain't told me nothing but lies. So I'm going to find out the exact amount of silver that was sold from that 40 plus, I don't know, right around 40 pounds. I didn't count it. I noticed my son saw it. I showed it. It's like, whoa. So, but anyways, I'm going to find out. There will be accountability. I can hold you accountable. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? You leave fucking records everywhere you go. You've left a fucking snail trail, Marshall, and you can't go clean it up. It's already there. Put the fucking feds, push on this motherfucker. Charge him. Find my son. Go charge him and don't fucking with fee, and I'll let it go. Go charge Marshall. This dude's obviously got some kind of fucking criminal intent or something. Go take care of him. Get a hold of me, feds. Fuck you, state of Oregon. You're fucking pieces of shit. You don't do shit either. Come on out here, state. Come talk to me. Come to the fucking door. Let's talk about these 100. Somebody talk about the 180 hours, or I'm going to continue to push this. And I will one day find myself outside of this country, and I will sue this corporation, and I'll return all these funds to the people. Not this stupid bullshit. Donald Trump is the IRS, by the way, guys. If you ain't figured that out, Donald Trump is the IRS. So much love. Thanks, guys. Leave a comment. Call Marshall out in the comment section. Please call this guy out. Somebody call the state of Oregon. Somebody call the feds. And somebody send and do a courtesy check. The welfare. I believe my daughter is possibly dead in Wolf Creek, Oregon, at Marshall's house. John Finn is his Facebook. He got real pissed off that I gave his information out last time because I think he's hiding something. I think he has my daughter there. That's why her car is there. And I think I accidentally, not by my own intent, had something to do with it when I told Marshall, hey, I'm going to find out if Adriana has my medal. One day she's going to tell me if you have it still. And if she, you know what I'm saying? And I left it alone. And that's why I believe that Adriana was coaxed down there, and something is going on with Adriana too. Because when I called Elijah's mom, Adriana has not been seen. Neither is my son. Is my son down there? Wolf Creek, Oregon, state police, district attorney's office here in Lake County. Paul, you better fucking, this guy ain't gonna fucking stop, you know, and they can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. This could get my son killed, guys, and my daughter. He could have them fucking tied up there right now. Look at, if this is true, look at if what I said last time, if I told him, I know either you took it because you said you had it, and then you've turned, I'm going to talk to her in one day. That gives him all the motive if he took it. So why is my daughter's car there? Why is my daughter's car at that house? And is the yellow truck still there? Because the yellow truck is parked somewhere where I couldn't see it. And then it's just more lies. I guarantee you, you can take my physical statements from the time I was arrested and went in jail and had contact, and you can see if they pull up my statements and his, he's just lying. He's lying. He has every bit of motive now to have killed my daughter, to have done something to my son. So I am in fear for my safety and my sons and my daughters and my animals. I can't do it on my own. If I called the state, they wouldn't do shit. If I called the county, they wouldn't do shit. So I will be getting hold of Mountain High Coin to find out how much money was I'm not going to give up, Karina. I'm not. I have to do this. He's 26 years old, but just because your children turn 18 don't mean that you quit taking care of them. So I'm doing it for your kids. I'm doing it for the people who won't do it for their kids. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for more than him, and he knows that too. And he's an honorable young man, and he made a mistake, and he did his time. You do the crime, you do the time, and he did more than. He made a mistake. It happens. He actually kind of got lured into it. The whole case is pretty laid out for thousands of hours, but I appreciate the support. It's just as a parent, it's hard, guys. You can't just rest it. You know, how does a captain go to bed at night knowing there's a fucking pinhole leak in his ship? He's not going to sleep comfortably. I am his father. There's a fucking leak in this ship, and I know it. So I can't sleep. Am I wrong? You tell me a captain's going to sleep at night sound knowing there's a hole in his ship somewhere? There's holes in this motherfucking story everywhere, guys. It's leaking everywhere. So I can't just sit here, you know, and tread water and just act like it ain't happening. Go to bed. I'm going to fucking sink. I will not let this sink me. I will stand up. I will not give up. I will endure to the end, and I will use God as the word. I will not seek with the hands, weapons. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to leave. I just want to be left alone. I want to be with my son again. And if I don't ever see him, I'm willing to face the fact that I might only see him till I'm dead. I might not ever see him again. I've already said that. That's a hard pill to swallow. This young man was going to come finally build a house with me and his wife. We were going to build it together with our own hands out of repurposed material. And then they come and kidnap my daughter and shoot my son. This is a hard walk, I tell you. I've been in some bodies, obviously, before. I don't ever remember a walk this hard. And I know I have a lot more coming. A lot more difficulty coming. This isn't going to get easier, guys. This is going to get a lot harder for me. I'm either going to prison because they're charging me. I'm going to leave and they're going to try to catch me or something, which I'm not leaving. I'm going on a vacation, and I bought this land so I could eventually come back here to America and continue to build out this beautiful ministry, this plan that we already had. But right now, my life is in danger. My son's life is in danger. My animal's life is in danger. It's just not safe. And I'm asking for a safe passage out of here. And I'm not talking peace and safety. I need to go. I have all the evidence. If I didn't have the evidence, I would stand down right now, guys. Winners know when to quit. I would stand down and I would just preach the gospel. That's all I would do. If my son was guilty and he didn't do those hours, I would stand down right now. Guys, I've been fronting with you, just bullshit. I'm trying to stand up. No, he did these hours, and then he did some. My daughter was working 5 days a week, and then to go work with her husband and try to get all this taken care of. 7 days a week she was working. And then they kidnap her and charge her. It's hard to swallow. So she's my daughter. He's been with her for many, many years. They read scripture together. That is my daughter. She's a good young woman. She really is. She's conservative. Like I said, she don't dress all, I don't care how she looks, but they're a good fit. His last girlfriend was Adriana from El Salvador, same spelling. Got to roll the R, and now it's Adriana. Don't call Adriana Adriana. I did that. Oh my gosh. So, but she was a good young woman, much more, Catholic, formal raised, but from Adriana to Adriana, they've been together about the same. They were high school. Elijah's only been with a couple women. He has long relationships. They stayed in that house for a long time. No trouble, quiet, no complaints, no noise. Even has one of those little put cars that makes a bunch of noise. No noise complaints or nothing. Did everything he's supposed to be doing. And just 100% gets attacked because his dad. So what do you do? I've got my son in so much shit, but I can't stand down, guys. I just can't. I just can't. I'm doing it for this country. I'm doing it for every state, nation state, all that, I'm doing it for this state, this county. These people get run. If you came out here and organically sent some reporters from a different state out here and interviewed the goings on of what the police department is, guys, I haven't done, I got stacks. Remember people sending me a shitload of stories. I got a dozen people that said, this is what's happened to me. There's what's happened. The cops illegally. And I've just set it down. Your horror story. It's not the only one, I'm sure, across the U.S., but the horror stories out. We don't even have a 911 service out here. These fucking cops are so fucking crooked. They got more police officers out here, but no 911. Fuck you, Lake County. More police officers, but no 911. They can fund more cops to feed their bullshit, but can't even give this county a 911 system. What a failure Lake County has been for the people. The elected sheriff, all these, they don't care. Nobody cares about the people in this community. And I tell you what, I do, guys. I don't give a shit. Some of us care about our country and our communities, and they say horrible things, but we're not motivated by what it is that our country and our communities say about us. There's an inner source inside that motivates us to stand up for the right of the people. So irregardless about what any of my people in this country have ever said, anybody in the state or community has said, I am led not by people's words. There's a voice inside of me that speaks to me volumes, not like Tracy, through Scripture. And I read Scripture and it says, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So it says, who shall ever come after me? Let them deny themselves, take up your cross daily and follow after me. So that's why I chose to be a veteran at 17 years old. And instead of everybody telling me, stop trying to fix the world and save the world, Tracy, most of your major problems that you have in your life right now is because you neglect to fix your own problems, because you're always trying to fix everybody else's problems, save the world, and figure everything out. I was told this from the time my dad died, 15, 16, 17 years old. I said, fuck you, family. You can't tell me I'm the crazy one, that I need to stop worrying about other people and figuring everything out. I can't figure that out. So I became an investigator, a law enforcement officer, and a military. And I joined the military and said, you're at 17 years old, and said, you're not going to tell me I can't serve people. There's two kinds of people on this rock, brothers, sisters. You'll know them by their fruit. Do not judge them by their cover. You'll know them by their fruit. Service to self and service to others. And I tell you, I've seen my son go out and share the gospel. He would give you the shirt off his fucking back. I was able to give him, a considerable amount of collectible toys and stuff when he grew up. His uncles had stores and stuff like that. He would give his toys away. I'm like, Elijah, you give him a lot of your toys. You just gave away your favorite toy. I know, Dad, but he liked that one. He's been asking me for a while, and I just gave it to him. I said, all right, it's pretty awesome. He would give his toys away, and he's really neat. He's with the other kids. He's like, he wasn't trying to be dick. He's like, hey, you don't ruin that toy, because if you ruin it, my dad throws my toys away. If you take care of it, it'll last, And so like there was, he loved monster trucks and Hot Wheels, and he had thousands of them, whatever on the walls or whatever, but he would so easily give away his toys. People are like, why do you let him give away all his toys? Because some of the kids don't have toys. Oh, your house is like a trap house. You let all these kids come over to your house and hang out at your house. Yeah, they need a safe place, man. So Elijah had a good relationship with all kids. He got along with a lot of them, and he was a very giving kid when he would give his toys away. Never once did he, even his favorite one, playing with it. Maybe he wouldn't the first few times. No, this is my favorite one. You can have this one. No, I don't want that. All right, well, whatever. And then finally he'd break down. He's like, but that was your gravedigger truck. It's all right, Dad. We'll find another one. He's a good young man. Says he was little. Come to me. He says he's 10, 11 years old. Said, Dad, when I speak to Christians, they don't know anything about the word we talk about. They don't want to listen to me, Dad, about anything. And people say they're atheists, Dad. Dad, they say they're atheists and they don't believe in God, but they know more about the word than these people who say they're Christian. I said, well, they're not atheists, Elijah. They know he doesn't dwell in houses made by hands. There's hiding behind a label. They don't know who God is. They know it. It says they've obviously read the book, and it says he doesn't dwell in temples. So they don't want to go to a church. It's like, oh, and I was like, see, there's, these, all I can do is, I had a good dad. He wasn't perfect. He died being Satan. Celebrating Christmas killed him, but he was a good dad. My dad kept his word. So my mom she was a frosted Tony the Tiger, the Flake, tackle boxes coming in the mail and all these. It just never came. It's all this hope, and it just nothing but a big letdown. If my dad said we were going fishing, I don't care if it's 2:00 in the morning and it was pelting sleet and we were there fishing on the side. He's in the van, but I'm watching you guys get out there and fish. I brought you out. You want to he would keep his word. He'd always keep his word. So I had a pretty high standard to set. I remember so many years, Karina, that I didn't think that I could even come close to how good of a father that my dad was. And then I remember the time that I taught my son everything my dad had taught me, all those stupid little things, all little jokes, everything he'd taught me. And then I started to teach him the things, and he'd already been, and I never thought I could at least be the father that my dad was. He had 3 boys living in LA on fucking Social Security. That didn't even pay the mortgage back then. No, it didn't. No, hell no. It did not in LA. It didn't. That's all his income. And with 3 boys, and we didn't go without. Now, we had to work for everything we had. I remember the first time asking for money for chores. We all sat down and did bills for like 3 hours. Nobody ever asked for money again. So, but he was a good dad. Like, people couldn't figure out, like, you guys get to stay out all night. How do you guys, he's so strict. Well, we come home, we have to do our homework first. Actually, chores get done first. And then homework. And then we get to go play. So you have to come in to do your homework before you go to bed. I had to do it when I got home. And now I could stay out as late as I want, as long as I'm not sleepy and get bad grades. See, my dad gave us a rope to hang ourselves, so to speak. So, got to remember, this was the 80s. I'd be 15, 25 miles away from my house on my bicycle by, midday almost sometimes. I could go a long way with my skateboard and have to get back before in the middle of the night. I made a lot of trips in LA, on my bike. But as long as I got to school in time, or I woke up in the morning and he hard time, we didn't act sleepy and get up out of bed and get dressed and do. He was a good dad, and he gave us a lot of leeway to make a lot of mistakes, which was good. So he was very into corporal punishment. He beat my ass every time I deserved it. So I got whooped a lot. I got beat a lot, but I didn't get beat. I was beat before my dad came and stole me, physically, mentally, not sexually, but malnourished in a very bad way when my dad came and stole me. So I know what it's like to be beat, what I'm saying, as a child, to be beat. So I didn't choose to use that kind of discipline with my son, which was a neat thing. I mean, I slapped his hand when he was younger. I didn't take out a lot of collectibles with his mom, like glass grapes and all kinds of trinkets and stuff. I didn't even put the little plugs on the thing. I just slap his hand and tell him no. It didn't take him long. He figured it out. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. I'm not taking all my shit and redecorating my fucking house because I got a toddler. Fuck off. I'm going to tell my kid, don't touch it. No, I'm not going to redesign my whole house because I got a fucking toddler. You guys are idiots. Teach your child not to touch the shit and leave it alone, So a little bit of corporal punishment with my dad went a long way, where I could do other things, I'm going to take this from you and not let you do this. Other ways to timeouts and things like that tend to work for him. But he was a good kid. Elijah's a great kid. He really was a really good young man. And so I do remember the point where I really tried to teach him everything my dad had ever taught me, because I only got to be with my dad for 8 years. I've got to be with Elijah for 26 years. Well, 25. They took him. I wasn't there for when he turned a year old or whatever. We don't do birth dates, but he was a good young man. He was a good kid, and he put himself to bed. You let your son stay up all night. Well, when he's tired, he goes to bed. If he acted out like me, I would, but it doesn't affect his behavior. So he puts himself to bed most of the time. When he's ready to go to bed, he gets tired and he goes and lays down. So I didn't do that. I had to be told to go to bed. I had to be whooped. I had to be Everything I did was the opposite of my son. So, um, but I do remember getting the chance to spend those, moments with him and try to push everything in those 8 years that I got to be with my dad into my son, and then started realizing, holy crap, he knows what my dad knows, what everything I taught him, and now I've taught him all these other things, and I raised not above, but you know what I'm saying, because not pride, but I was like, wow, I've gotten to teach him everything my dad taught me, and then he knows all these things I taught him. I felt so fulfilled as a father, and then I said I felt so empty for a moment, for a second. I said, no, wait a minute, that isn't anything. And I really thought about my success as a father. And I remember my dad never said the word Jesus to me. We never did religion. We never ever spent any time reading scripture. We never spent any time in the word. We said heathenistic prayers, prayed at night, come Lord Jesus, be our guest. We didn't, but he believed in a higher power, but we were Satanists and pagans and did all these pagan traditions. And I remember God overwhelmed me. Father just overwhelmed me. He showed me that you have a relationship with me, with your son. And irregardless what happens in your guys' life, as a father, you've done what it is that you are supposed to do as a father or a mother, is to have a relationship with they have their own way to the Father, because you don't bring them to God. God said, if I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. So he's the one who draws them to him. But to have a relationship in the word and have a relationship, I had no relationship with God. I've never once heard my dad mention the word Jesus Christ. He said it in some pagan prayer, but he didn't talk to me. He didn't tell me who Christ was. He didn't tell me, hey, I'm your dad. You have a father, and when I die, I won't be there. You need to be right with your father. I'm only here to help guide you. I'm not going to teach you right or wrong. You already know that. He will tell you what to do. I'm just to help guide you. He is your teacher, your father. I am your dad. Don't hold on to me. Please. I remember when I got him, I just got custody of him after 8 years of fighting his mom in court. And I immediately sat him down and talked to him. I said, I know this is what you wanted for a long time, but anything can happen. We've kind of upset the apple cart here. Anything, people don't like what just happened. And, I don't know. So you need to be ready to be without your dad. You can go back there, but you need to be without me. You need to be prepared to be alone with Father and with Christ. And I knew at that point in time that it didn't, and like I said, it's didn't that I didn't push to still try to, because look at me now. But I knew that anything that I had ever tried to accomplish as a father was just worthless. All those things, it really wasn't much of anything. It didn't add up to anything. Where I really knew that Father had blessed me with a child, and I knew I wasn't even supposed to have children. I got tested when I was, got married to my wife, that she wanted a child, and I couldn't produce. Not the quality is what I was lacking, not quantity. They're like, sir, we don't need 2 samples. Well, that's not the problem. It was the quality that I lacked. To even have him is such a blessing. So that's why I stand up for him. He's a good young man. And I don't want to say deserving, because I don't like that word deserve, but he has just been through the worst life. I would never want to walk a day in my son's shoes. And so right now, to think that he has to look over his shoulder to the threat of a gun to die and all the evidence there to clear him is fucking bullshit. That's why I hate America. I don't hate the people here. I hate this fucking corporation. I hate what they've done to my son. It is not legal. It is not lawful, and I have the evidence. So I'm going to do everything I can. I have the right of habeas corpus. I have the right of affirmative defense. I will continue using my constitutional right. You're trying to convict my son of criminal charges. That should be Title 18. I know my right. If you're going to bring him under criminal charges, it has to be under the 6th Amendment. Fair, adequate, and speedy trial. Adequate counsel is a Miranda right. I apologize. Fair trial, speedy trial, and call witness in his favor and my favor. So I have done nothing illegal, guys. I haven't done anything illegal, and they want to throw me in prison. I got to go. I got to get out of here. They've thrown me in prison. I haven't done anything wrong. I have this constitutional right, but they won't listen to it. So I'm thankful that I got to spend, like my son said, Dad, whatever happens, I love you. I will do what you I understand the word tells us we need. I talked about a thief on the cross that day that the SWAT team showed up. He did not resist. He had his hands in the air and they still shot him. He loves the word. And that is, I'm hoping that's what's keeping him alive right now, like it's keeping me alive. My daughter, on the other hand, I don't know. So this is where I need to really step this game up, because I know Elijah has a relationship with her, but I didn't have a relationship with Adriana with the word. She reads the text with him. The interlinear text is receptus. So she is my daughter. She's been there for a long time. But I'm saying I don't have that. So I have to do this for her, too. She's got involved in this, and this was not her doing. She didn't fucking do anything. She didn't go get in some petty theft crime with some, kids. She had nothing to do with it. And now she has been faced. I think she took charges. I think Adriana Masse took charges. My daughter. Unbeknownst, she'd never been in trouble. She didn't know what to do. So the things we do for our kids, and just because they turn 18, and just to let you know, guys, that's why we are the most God's, and obviously we have a brain and thing, but what makes us very unique from any other species that's ever walked this rock is our continual drive to take care of our youth. There's not another species that does that. Think about a bird, get the fuck out of the nest, get out of here. A horse, as soon as they can walk, I'm saying, any one of these things, it goes pretty quickly. We as a human species tend to communion together, and especially with our families. And that's what pisses me off, is these families used to stay together in history. And now they got us all split it apart. And I was this close to having my son build a house right here with me. Piece of property. We even started collecting materials, and they swat this house, and I don't know if I'll ever see him again. Like I said, one of you guys could call the state of Oregon right now. They can go down to Marshall's. Marshall could have them both tied up and know he's fucked and kill them both, because I've got his feet to the fire. Marshall should be charged with federal crime. Okay, maybe not. If Marshall can produce video footage of taking the passport to the post office, I would be wrong. But I, in my heart of hearts, my gut, heart's filled with continuously filled with wickedness, with my head, do not in any way, shape, or form would give any testimony or any witness that I think Marshall took it there. I think he's lying, and that's a federal offense, and he should be charged today. Get my passport, feds. If that passport turns up in his fucking house one day or something, and you didn't do anything, you're culpable too, feds, now, because I put you fucking on notice again. Multiple times I put these feds on notice. So just rather ironic that the only way that my son is by the threat of a gun. Armed fucking men that already killed him. So I don't blame my son for taking off if he's just on the run. But I don't have anything to support that, because there's nowhere for him to fucking go. The only source he had was Marshall, somebody who could help him. And he ain't helped at all. As a matter of fact, he fucked up my dogs, and I'm 99% certain he took my silver. And when I went and met him to get my dog and said, I will talk to Adriana one day, I believe that is the motive he needed to potentially kill or kidnap Adriana Masse. Now, she could not be. It could be. Somebody fucking help me, please. I can call these agencies. Nobody's going to help me. So nobody called yesterday. I asked for help. I don't think any of you would call. It's okay. Father's in control. All right. Please call Marshall out in the comment section. Marshall, put my passport in the mail today. Send it express mail. Send it, and I'll leave the whole fucking thing alone. Figure out what's going on with this silver, Marshall, because listen, Marshall, I'm going to be able to go to Mountain High Coin. Unless you come kill me first or something, I will go to Mountain High Coin, and I will find out exactly how much silver was sold, Marshall. Hold yourself accountable to that, Marshall. You think that this is just going to go away, but it's not. I will be able to find out how much silver was sold, Marshall. So I think your story about, I think there's about a little more than half left is bullshit. It's bullshit, and I'll find the exact amount. If your amount doesn't fucking add up, Marshall, I'm going to be pressing charges against you, Marshall. I'm coming for you, Marshall, legally now, not with a gun. I will be making a police report in the next day or two. So you know, if you're listening, Marshall, because I know you've been in here. I know the last time I got in here, Kevin left. The cops were right behind him, and then you told me to call you. So I don't want to talk to you, Marshall. I want you to send me a picture of that fucking passport, and I'm going to hold you accountable. You're going to one day, here very soon, get a call and a knock at your fucking door again. I'm going to pursue charges of federal charges that you lied and you have my passport. So that's federal charges. So you should get this shit taken care of, and know that I can go to Mountain High Coin. And if your fucking amount, if you were there and your amount doesn't fucking match, because it won't, Marshall, you fucking know you're lying. I can get the exact amount that was sold. I can get the exact amount. So stop thinking you can hoard a certain amount or take a certain. I know that's why when I told you, you said to me, oh, well, you still had some silver there in your little baggie. I know that's the silver I show people just to talk about, not fucking 40 pounds of silver, Marshall. So I can find the exact amount that either you or Adriana, or they're gonna have you on camera, Marshall. So I would suggest that if you have the silver, go ahead and send me a picture of it. If you'd like to make a truce, I won't pursue any charges, but I will be pursuing charges against you now, Marshall. I think I have enough evidence. I think for the safety of my daughter, I want to know about why you have her car. Where is my son's yellow truck? And I will hold you accountable for the fact that you said you did have my silver the whole time. This will get brought up, Marshall. So you're not going to run from this, Marshall. You're not. I suggest if you have Adriana, you don't go kill her if you have her tied up. If you have my son there, and don't go kill him, because one day it's going to come up. Don't come trying to kill me to get me to shut up. If you do, and you come on this property, you're not welcome on this property, Marshall. Don't you fucking dare come here. Keep your fucking, stay the fuck away from me. Don't you ever fucking come around me ever again. You're a lying piece of shit. You're a thief. And you might be a murderer. I don't know if you killed Jim. You were caretaking for him. That old case. I don't know. Maybe we need to get that looked into too, Marshall. But I'm telling you what, I'm not going to come off you now, Marshall. You have my passport, and I don't believe you. And we'll go see. So the best thing for this guy to do is to put my passport in the fucking mail and send a picture of it immediately. I do not believe there'll be any video footage of him going to the post office sending it. That's a federal offense. So, feds, I know you're aware of this. Lake County Sheriff's Office, I know you guys said that you're in here. You were last. You've always been in here. I know as soon as I come on, you get you know that. I already know that. It says it in your discovery. So now you're on notice again. Push on Marshall. Figure out where my son's at. I'll be back again, pushing again on Marshall. Hopefully I'll get a call, guys, very soon from somebody. I don't think I will. I think some of these people are going to get away with this lifetime, but they won't get away with it forever. I guarantee you that. Father, when that seventh shofar sounds, he will pour out a just measure on whoever did what. He said he'd be better to have a millstone tied in around your neck and to be cast into the sea than to hurt one hair on my children's head. And I did nothing to this man, nothing of the sort. And I look at what he's done to me, my daughter, my son. It is fucking for his own gain. It's all so he can gain. You know, I haven't taken anything from this man. He told me to bring everything on his property where that man killed himself over here. And I didn't. It's still on his property. So I want my passport, and I will continue to pursue the silver case. So I will be very soon calling Lake County Sheriff's Office on a separate case. I'm going to tell them this, but I'm going to pursue charges against Marshall. Now, I'm not being fuck that. My daughter, he said he didn't have any conversation with my daughter or my son, and yet he talked to both of them and bought a car from my son bought a car from him, and he made no mention of that all the months. And my daughter fucking supposedly went to Cottage Grove, Oregon, and bought a car from her with no mention and said he didn't talk to him. He's lying. So he's lying about everything. I don't think there's anything that this guy said that's the truth. So it's what you get putting your fucking, trying to be friends with somebody. So this is the only guy I knew that's supposed to be my friend. So Not anymore. I don't want nothing to do with him. If he can correct this, wants to be my friend because I made a bunch of mistakes, so be it. But I can correct him a million ways with lies, show that he's lying. So once again, the silver was sold and gold was sold to Mountain High Coin. And I'll be at Mountain High Coin in the next day or two, Marshall. I will find out. I'm going to pursue a video of how much and a receipt of how much. So I will hold you accountable, Marshall, for the silver that you had. You said you had it. You only switched up your story at the last moment. And it wasn't until after I came down and picked up my dog and said, I will talk to Adriana one day, Marshall. This case isn't going to go on forever. I think that's all the motive. And again, God has shown me already just through the way I work. He said, you're not going to like the results of what you find. And this is when he got me on this path. So I'm not going to come off it. I'm not just going to disappear. I've been pushing for 9 fucking months, still helping my son. I haven't even begun to reach a second wind. This is my first win, so you better fucking be ready. I will do this until I die, I said. So you have my word, Marshall. I will pursue you until the day I fucking die. I'm going to pursue your lies. And you can correct this by leaving me the fuck alone. Don't you ever fucking call me or my son or my fucking daughter again. You tell these people what they need to know. If you need to cut a deal, I don't give a fuck, because I think that's what you did. You were involved with the feds, and there's somehow you got Elijah involved and you took a fucking deal or something. There's something fishy about everything you fucking say. Why would you tell me, oh, I think I know somebody that knows your son. I'll get a hold of him and I'll call you within a week. And then I call you because you don't call me. And then you ask me, hey, what's going on with your son? Like that conversation never even started. When I talk to him, I could talk to him about farming and anything else. But if I talk about the hard shit, this motherfucker just shuts down. So you're not even a good liar, Marshall. So I'm on you, motherfucker. Wait till I get the exact amount of fucking silver that was sold, and we'll see if your numbers match. Did Adriana take the medal or did Marshall take the medal? It's either you or him. Or it's either you, Marshall, or her. And I don't think she did. Is that why she's missing? I think it has every fucking thing to do with this. It's making your fucking stomach twist in knots right now, what I just told you guys. I believe this guy went after my daughter because I fucking opened my mouth and said, hey, I know that you had it and you said she took it. And I don't really, and he knew he had it. And she didn't get it. And maybe he already had spent it. And said, oh shit, I don't know how long this case is going to last. What if this goes to court? It gives this man every fucking motive to do this. So welcome to the tip of the iceberg. We're not done here yet. That's right, Marshall. I just started my walk with you. I'm not going to let up. I'm going to push. You think this is hard? I got more fire. I'm going to get more evidence on you, Marshall. The cops are fucking coming to your house very soon. You better have some fucking accountability. Why Adriana's car is there, and better have a fucking video footage and proof that you sent that fucking passport, because that is a federal crime. You want to go to federal prison, Marvin the Martian? You better fucking do something. Remember, we got a little history here. I know, some of this doesn't add up, man. Your shit stinks to high heaven. So if you are my friend at all, you'll give me my passport back. You won't give me some lying fucking excuse. So I would apologize to you if you're wrong, but there's too many lies that I can catch you in. So you're not my friend if you lie to me like that. So what a shitty fucking thing to do. So, okay. Much agape and phileo. Pastor Revelation. I'm going to reveal the truth, Marshall. That's what I do. Father sent me here to pull the lies off of and expose the truth. So I think that's what we're doing with you in your case. We're going to expose that you're a liar and potentially a thief and maybe a murderer. I hope you didn't kill my son. I hope you don't have my daughter. I hope you're wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I know what's wrong is to sit there and tell me you had no contact with him at all and you don't know anything about him and you bought a fucking car from my daughter and sold a car to my son. No mention of that. That's a fucking lie. And that right there, there's just too much with your stories don't add up. So if you can help me, guys, probably want you guys just jerk your fucking Pornhub here. I guess that's what you're doing. But much agape and phileo. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. I'm not on you guys. I need help. Whatever. When a man needs help, you don't be prideful. You reach out and you ask for help. Both people win. Remember, somebody lifting. Can you help lift me up here? Get me out of this fucking situation with God's help. Don't do anything by. If anyone's going to pray, only pray for God's will. No matter where, if my son's dead, daughter's dead, don't pray for anything else. If they're alive, I don't want anything other than Father's will. Welcome to the new age. Whoa.